The second round of the draft happened yesterday, and now we get a good picture of everything. The first round, second round, and we see what all the teams put together. So we'll go ahead and talk about which rookies are in the best situations, which teams cooked, and who may struggle this year just due to where they were drafted to, and which teams ultimately dropped the bag. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday, June 27th. And as mentioned, the highly anticipated Chat Awards will be happening today.
Boy.
So we're going to go ahead and get into it, y'all. We're not even going to waste your time. We're going to get straight into it. We got a lot of good categories. We got the biggest yapper. We got the worst take. We got the guest of the year. We got the Iron Man chat member, panelist of the year, beef of the year, chat MVP, panel MVP, rookie of the year, biggest crash out, most obnoxious, and goofy of the year. Y'all, the crazy thing about it is we can't even start this right now because I don't even know who the winners are. They haven't been sent to me yet. So hey, I'm here I am supposed to host an award show, and I don't even know the awards. So like,
you don't know the winners of the awards.
Yeah, just make up the winners.
You don't know the winners.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, we can talk through who we believe is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
But
Or we
you
can
know
just
what?
make up the winners.
You know what? While we waiting for all of that to come through, it'll be here soon. My man John D just said hashtag John D for Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We
Is this John D. Rook season? Wasn't he in the PCL last year?
Yeah, but
last PCL was in like November, so it was still during this season.
Yes, it's John D's Rook because on the PCL he wasn't a panelist. He was just in the PCL. Remember, he was a wild card.
Johnny
was supposed to be here.
This sounds like a Ben Simmons, like Donovan Mitchell situation where he was out for the season, but he's still a rook.
Oh yeah, like Chet.
Yeah, that's kind of what this sounds like here. I'm gonna give it up to JD though.
Yeah, it sounds like you was trying to hate. But,
no, I'm not trying to hate. I'm just trying to make sure that it's fair. If you're a rook, you're a rook. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, just putting up MVP numbers as a rookie, so you kind of shocked, but you're
he was putting up MVP numbers.
I've seen him get some MVP votes.
Oh, okay.
The reason why
so that means he's in the conversation, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, he is in the conversation. 100%. And it doesn't hurt that he run with Mars. So Mars got a little bit of an agenda here too. So don't leave that part out.
He runs with me because he puts up MVP numbers.
Yeah.
Is it? Whoa! Is it the other way around? Hold on for a second. Does he put up MVP numbers because he run with you? Or
no, I don't. One thing I don't do is make people around me better. That's one thing I don't do. So John D's numbers are his numbers alone. I just know when someone putting up MVP numbers, I want them on my team. That's why I recruit. I don't make you better. If you a bum before me, I ain't gonna recruit. So John D got recruited because he an MVP kind of a player.
Hey, Swipe is here today, right, Ron?
Yeah, he's supposed to be here. Jordan's supposed to be here. Pen's supposed to be here. Maybe we getting some stage fright.
Pen's going through some things right now, so we
can.
That is
shit.
True.
Yeah, Pen not coming today, bro.
I seen him in Twitter Spaces. So
yeah, Pen not coming today, bro. It's rough. It's a rough one.
Yeah, well,
what? I'm not on
oh,
Twitter like
sure,
that.
you don't know what's going on? Breaking news?
I do not know what's going on. I'm sorry.
Masai Ujiri?
Masai Ujiri.
The genius that saved Toronto.
Is he fired?
They mutually parted ways.
That sounds like I'm quitting before you fire me. That's what that sounds like.
No way they fired the smartest guy in basketball.
That's what that sounds like to me, Mars. I quit. I'm not. You ain't firing me. I quit.
But did he have fireable offenses?
You breaking up with me? I'm breaking up with you first.
With that being said, though, Ron, I don't know what Masai did. I think Masai's done a really good job in Toronto. I know I just made a little joke, whatever, but I think Masai in New Jersey's done really good in Toronto. I think it's got to be something I just don't know about, obviously, which happens a lot, you know.
Because my man Smoke in the chat said, AKA fire/quit. Getting fired and quitting are not the same thing. No.
If it's mutually agreed upon, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, they parted ways amicably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That part I'm not sure about. I'd like to know.
I'm sure Penny give us the whole rundown on exactly what
Please.
happened, but
Yes.
I mean, I don't. It can't be because he drafted Colin Murray Boyles.
No,
Apparently he wasn't involved in the draft process.
no, it's a culmination of things that have happened over the last several years.
Oh, like Pascal saying he lost his love for the game.
I mean, that's players do that, but I think it's you just got to go through all their decisions. Because Mars, we didn't know each other at the time, but I'm sure we would have been friends, years ago. Because obviously, why not? But I think some of this is because I think mentor maybe at the time, but whatever. Friends after you turn 19, which you just turned 19, so technically we became friends like literally 6 months ago. Because anyway, but I will say though, I think that like Mars, remember they should have got off Pascal way earlier. Remember they had trade packages at the time. Remember they had the Memphis deal that for OG. Remember it was like for 4 first-round picks at that point that Memphis had reported to be willing to offer them plus the picks, and they could have got Bane or something like that. I think there's several levels to this that he just hasn't. I think they didn't get the value out of the players they felt like they should have. I want to be fair to Raptors fans because some Raptors fans are right. When they going into the bubble, I believe they're winning at a 60-win pace. Yes. Something around that. Mm-hmm. And then obviously Pascal was really bad in the bubble, and then 2021 happened. Mars, chill. What happened 21 for the Raptors? Do you remember?
They were playing in Orlando.
No, it was in Tampa actually.
Florida. They were playing in Florida.
They
were playing in Florida, and they were just not that good.
Mm-hmm. They were bad. Yeah.
I think Fred VanVleet made the All-Star team.
In 2021.
Was that year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
possibly. Yep. But they weren't a good team that year.
And then Kyle Lowry. Now you also remember Kyle Lowry was reportedly on the trade block at the deadline, and. Correct. The reason I remember that game, Chill, because the Raptors had a going away game for Kyle Lowry versus the Nuggets. Because the Raptors thought he was getting traded, and the Raptors beat the Nuggets by 30. Because they were like, everybody's emotions and stuff were high. They didn't trade Lowry. They didn't trade Pascal. They didn't trade OG. And then the draft picks, dare I say, have been pretty mid.
Well, I'm taking a look at it right now. And so I went back 10 years. Mm-hmm. So he takes DeLon Wright and he passes on Bobby Portis, right? He took Jakob Poeltl. He passed on Sabonis. These are the guys that I'm looking at. Just
chill. Let's not talk about who he passed on though, because a lot of people passed on these guys. Let's talk about the picks that they actually made. Yeah, Jakob Poeltl wasn't a bad pick.
2014 was Bruno Kobloko.
Oh, 2 years away from being 2 years away.
Yeah, that was.
2015 with DeLon Wright. And then, to be fair, 16 was pretty good. He got Jakob and Pascal, 9 and 27.
They won that draft. They hit.
And then OG in 23 was 7. Now, I want to also clear this up. I know everybody's going to. The only reason they got OG and Anunoby is because the Nuggets traded down. Yeah, they traded down because they thought that nobody was going to take him. They took a 1 pick before. So they get OG that year. And then the next year, they got DeJuan. Go ahead.
He also passed on Derek White and took OG and Anunoby that year.
Well, yeah, but Derek White at the time wasn't like
OG might be better.
Yeah, OJ.
What do you mean, Mike? That was a great decision.
OG was a better pick.
That was a great pick.
At the time,
remember, Derek White at the time coming out of college
he wasn't like that.
Yeah, right. Knew what he was.
Or wasn't slotted to be like that.
Yeah, but he did take Malachi Flynn in the first round, so that's bad.
Yeah, well, that's wild. Coming out of Indiana. OG was like that. So that was a great pick.
Yeah, so they got a great player there. The next year, they didn't have a first-round pick. The next year, in the 2020, y'all remember who the first-round pick was?
Malachi Flynn.
Yep, he did have a 50 ball, to be fair.
Shout out Malachi, man.
But,
Swiper.
All right, my bad.
So, Ox, he passed on Desmond Bane, too, that season.
Everybody passed on Desmond Bane. He was like the 29th overall pick.
To take OG?
No, to take Malachi Flynn.
Yeah, but nobody took Bane, to be fair. If you got drafted at 30, I'm not counting that.
Coming out of TCU?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bane was getting busy at TCU, though.
I remember
Desmond Bane.
They were calling Bane the T-Rex out of the draft, though. Like, they just didn't think he was going to be viable. Like,
I didn't either, though.
Yeah, so short arm players. But then the next draft,
he played in the Big 12. He played really good basketball. I just didn't think it was going to translate to the NBA.
And then the next draft, they took Scotty Barnes. I thought that was a great pick.
They got that one, yeah.
But in the second round, in 46, they took Delano Banton. I actually think that was a good pick. He just needed to get older. I think he's playing decent basketball now. But then they took Christian Koloko in the second round the next year, which for second round is a good pick.
He also
then they
passed
took
on Aaron
Grady
Wiggins,
Dick.
too, by the way. He also passed on Aaron Wiggins too. So,
but chill.
Aaron Wiggins is what 55th.
Yeah, I mean, chill.
Everybody passed on.
Yeah, the whole league passing him damn near twice.
Yeah, let's come on, chill. They took Grady Dick in the 23 draft at 13.
That was 7 or 13, right?
I thought that was a good pick at the time.
I didn't think Grady was going to be there at 13. I thought Grady was going to Orlando.
I had him going to Orlando. Then they took Jet, which I thought was a bad pick, and I still think it's a bad pick.
So now, chill, to play your game that you should have do in this situation. They passed on. No, nobody laughed. Well, no, you're not gonna laugh. Keontae George. They passed on Jaime Jaquez Jr., who again rookie year was good. Don't look at me like that. Brandon Podziemski, I think is a good player. Cam Whitmore. Now, Cam Whitmore probably was the one, Mars, to be fair, that they should have like taken a swing on
over Grady.
But that's what I thought everyone was going to take a swing on after like 8.
Yeah,
and then it just never happened. So
yeah, can remember, Ron? We didn't think he what and Ox. Remember, why did he fall so much? Do you remember, Ox?
No. They reported
wasn't it an injury?
Some people reported bad interviews. Some people reported knee stuff. Some people reported that they just weren't that high on him on their boards. I had him going 5th to Detroit, so he fell like crazy. But
just think, I feel like Derek Lively would have been a great Toronto pick, but he was taken one before, so they probably would. That seems like a Toronto Masai pick. And then in 24, they took Jacoby Walter at 19.
I think that's a good pick.
And they took Jonathan Mosbo, chill, in the second round that year at 31. So I would say Jacoby Walter that's a good pick.
I think Jacoby's a good pick. Mobo,
second round.
Yeah, well, I mean, you get some great second round picks, but
draft picking in the draft. Picking in the draft isn't the GM's only job. So you know what I'm saying? We can't just run down the draft and be like, oh, well, that's the draft pick that got him, released or had him split amicably. There's more into it. So
how would you grade Masai? Because I think that's a really great point to do Ron's job here. How would you grade Masai Ujiri, the draft stuff plus I think the hesitancy or the reticence that he was having in trading some of those like pieces, like the Fred VanVleet, they could have traded him. Obviously, OG, Pascal. He really kind of waited maybe a year and a half late on all those guys. Do you think they maybe could have got more assets? And that's a part of why they didn't necessarily value the job he was doing from a personnel standpoint.
I'm not mad at what Masai's been doing. I think going to get RJ. I think getting Brandon Ingram. I think those are good moves. So I don't think it could be roster construction completely. Like, you know what I'm saying? Him going a separate way or them wanting them to go a separate way. However they split ways, I don't see it being roster construction.
Yes, it's weird that if you're gonna fire somebody, that you do it right before their big move. Like Brandon Ingram was their big move. So now you kind of just look and see what that's going to be, and like you don't even give it a season. I'm with Ox. I think it got to be something outside of.
Yeah, because basketball. I mean, don't get me wrong. Getting Kawhi Leonard was the claim to fame, but I don't think he was horrible as a GM. I thought he was actually good. Yeah, sure, he might have passed on some guys, but he did make some. I thought he made some favorable moves. He got off an older Kyle Lowry for a rotation guy in Precious Achiuwa who gave him some really good minutes, freed up some money there. That did work, right? So I think Grady Dick's going to be a player. I do. I think Grady Dick is going to be a player. I don't think that he's a bust. And there's some people who thought that Max Christie should have went ahead of him. But if you remember Grady Dick out of Kansas, he was great coming out of Kansas, right? So I mean, I don't think he did a bad job. My job as the GM is to put the pieces together to make sure that we are in a position to win. And I thought Ujiri, losing Kawhi Leonard was a big deal. Losing Kawhi Leonard was a big deal. If they don't lose Leonard, I think that they right back in the middle of the championship race. That really set them back. And then having to move to Tampa,
set them forward too.
That threw a monkey wrench in a lot of stuff that they were trying to do. A lot of it.
All right, y'all. Well, once again, y'all know what today is. It is the Chat Awards. We will be getting to these momentarily. In the meantime, before we get there, I got a couple super chats that I want to read, and then we'll announce who's the panelist of the year and who's the chat MVP. But at Drake Q said, Hey, shout out my nigga Nico for coming through and picking up 2 absolute demons in Ryan and Miles. How we feeling about Dallas's second round pickups?
Ryan Nembhard's nice. I thought he was gonna get drafted, but
I did too. It was a lot of people that went undrafted that I can't believe.
Well, I thought that's why the Pacers moved up. Well, at least some of the Pacers people thought that was potentially going to be why. But that should be a good pick for them.
they just got Chris Paul.
I think that did he end up going to is it Toronto? Not Toronto, I'm sorry. The big kid from Creighton.
Let me check.
Where did he end up going? He ended up going number 34, if I'm not mistaken. I know
Hornets.
he was early in the second round.
Hornets.
That's the thing that I'm worried about. Because
Dallas? No, he went to Toronto from Toronto.
No, he's talking about Kalkbrenner, right?
I thought
that's what I'm talking about. Ryan Kalkbrenner.
Yeah, he's talking about the big from Creighton. Yeah, he went to the Hornets. The Hornets had a good draft. Now everyone they drafted is of the same persuasion, but there's nothing wrong with that. But
they got Zion James.
Hey, they're trying to rebuild their culture.
Oh yeah, and obviously Konkinek was teammate. They had a good draft. I think they had actually a really good draft.
I think them passing on Johnson, that's going to come back to bite them. I really like him. I think he's rookie of the year. I'm not going to go that far, but I think he's going to be in the conversation. I would have loved to see him with Ball, the sharpshooter that he is.
Yo,
that's what Konkinek was.
I think he's better.
Me too.
There were some notable players that went undrafted, so I kind of want to just run through this right quick. Some big college names, guys that had good college careers and have been around in the college ranks for a while. First is, we just spoke on him. Ryan Nembhard obviously went to Montverde Academy, played at Gonzaga a couple years. I think he played at, was it Creighton too? Played at Creighton too. And, I mean, he's been around for a while. A lot of people thought he was going to go drafted. He ends up signing with, who did he sign?
The Mavs on a two-way.
Mavs two-way. Mm-hmm. Caleb Love was at UNC for a little bit, finished at Arizona. He ends up going undrafted. He had a few different deep runs in the NCAA tournament. I know he signed a two-way with Portland.
Mm-hmm. A lot of these dudes want to be getting bad advice, yo. They do. That's how they end up. That's how they end up where they are. So he ended up leaving North Carolina to go play at Arizona, where he was good at North Carolina, but he ended up going to Arizona, where it was a log jam at that spot. I mean, he was good, but I think he should have stayed at North Carolina. I think that was a bad move for him to go out west.
Hunter should have been in the draft 2 seasons ago.
So you think he waited too long, Ox?
If well, hold on. Let me slow down. Depending if we're just talking about just draft stock.
Yeah.
If we're talking about just draft stock, then yeah, he should have been gone. You know what I'm saying? But if we're going off how good he'll be in the league, if he'll stick in the league, if he got better going to Kansas, because before, remember, he spent 1 more year at Michigan and then went to Kansas.
Right.
I don't think he should have even spent that 1 more year at Michigan. He should have went to the draft that year. If we're talking about draft stock, that's what I'm saying. But I don't know. Maybe
it's happened before. Yes, I remember. I remember when I was in school. A guy, Harold Arsenal, he went to Weber State. Weber State ended up making the tournament, and he was projected as a top 15 pick. Well, he got some bad advice. So people told him to go back to school because he thought he'd be a top 10 pick. When in reality, probably 15 was top 15 was the best that was going to happen for him. He ended up not getting drafted.
Right.
I got this drafted.
It's the same 2 guys I always go back to: CJ Leslie and CJ Fair. Both of them dudes are those are the 2 dudes I always go back to. CJ Leslie out of Syracuse.
Yep.
He waited a year too long, and then CJ Leslie out of NC State, I believe. He waited a year too long too. They both let their draft stock fall.
Yeah, that happens, man. You end up getting some bad advice. You think that you can go higher in the draft when in reality your draft stock is like, for example, Pettiford from Auburn. I don't think he's ever going to be the number 1 pick in the draft, but I think he made a good decision going back to school because I think next season he plays his way into the top 10. I think he's a top 10 pick next year at Auburn. No doubt about that.
All right. Well, we got Hunter Dickinson. He also went undrafted. Ox, I know you were high on him. Maybe Sabonis.
No.
Did we see where he got drafted? Or where he got signed?
I don't know.
Check.
Yeah, well, this one was shocking to me. Hunter Dickinson, he probably should have entered the draft. What was it, 2 years ago, where he was slotted as a first-round pick?
The Pelicans. Well.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Because remember when I was at Michigan that year, they had a good season, and then he went back and was saying, "We're going to run it back. We can win the Natty." That obviously didn't happen. And then the next year he left and went to Kansas. But with that being said, Hunter got a bag in college though, as far as the NIL goes. So
yeah, definitely. Grant Nelson from Alabama, the D2 phenom, transferred to Alabama. He went undrafted too.
Shit. I thought somebody would have took a chance on him.
And in some of these situations, it's kind of like the NFL where, you know, not getting drafted is a good thing, where you now get to go somewhere where you're probably going to get a better opportunity to play as opposed to, you know, getting drafted by Utah or Minnesota where they got a log jam and you're really just a body in camp and you ultimately going to get cut.
He went to the Nets.
Watch out, hey, y'all. Watch out for him in the summer league. I guarantee y'all Grant Nelson kills in the summer league.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to do next season or if he's going to make the team or if he's going to be in the NBA for a long time. But he's going to cook in the summer league, though. You don't think so, Ron? You fight that, Ron?
I'm not even. That reaction wasn't even to you.
Oh, okay.
Julian Reese, Angel Reese's brother.
Check out the young fella.
How big is he legit?
I don't know.
What are you, about 6'5", 6'6"?
Let's do some Googles.
He's listed at 6'9".
Yeah, he's listed at 6'9".
Wow, I didn't know he was that big.
So 6'8", 6'7", or the other way, 6'10", depending on who you are.
So he didn't get drafted. Did he sign a two-way with somebody, Ron?
Let's see here. Did he get picked up? He got.
I don't see anything.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
So he'll probably be on somebody's summer league team this summer.
The Bulls selling right now.
He only started one game this year.
At Maryland?
Yeah. And he averaged 5 and 4. So. But then.
Sometimes you know how that goes.
That was his freshman year. This year he averaged 13 and 9.
30. So one game, then 36 this last year. So 13 and 9.
So he started 36 games this year.
Yeah.
That's a good improvement. I mean, but you know how that goes too. Like a lot of times, those numbers don't tell the whole story as far as how good a player is. He might be a lot better than that.
I've never seen him play before, so I wouldn't even be able to.
Neither have I. What I do know is he doesn't shoot the three, and he's a wing. So
that's a problem in the league.
It's concerning. But I've never watched him play. I can't tell you anything about it.
I mean, hey, worst come to worst, he's gonna make a lot of money crossing water. So good work, young fella. He'll be all right.
For some reason, I don't know. Y'all can straighten me out with this, but it seemed like Michigan stay having big time front court guys like over the last couple of years.
I don't know.
Not so much at the guard spot, but they stay having big time front court guys. Like this dude look like he's like about 6'9".
He's 7'1", apparently.
Yeah, screen setter. Look like he should be on the glass.
Sure, that boy look like he'll tackle a tree.
Yeah.
You got that just from looking at it?
Just looking at this dude right here, Mars. This is a screen setter. Get him on the glass. Create some space in the paint. Yes, that's what he looked like.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does on the box. I don't know what he does on the perimeter. I don't know what his face-up game look like. I don't know how he navigates screens. I don't know how he is in the pick and roll. But he looked like he can rebound. Just look like
shit, all I know, you stay out of that kid way. That boy coming through, you get up out of his way.
He just looked like he could rebound.
Shout out LJ Cryer from Houston. Obviously, Houston's been very successful over the last couple of years, but he went undrafted as well. RJ Davis. Been at North Carolina for 4 or 5 years?
Remember, Brian? Remember when they won it? I told y'all before the
He should have put his name in the draft.
RJ gonna get him one. Yes, chill. RJ, yes, hell yeah. Well, with that being said, that's just me talking about draft stock. Yep. As far as how good you're gonna be, I think RJ Davis should be somebody's premier backup point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like backup point guard, I think is where RJ is gonna be. I don't think
today. In June of 2025, is he better than Davion Mitchell?
No.
I mean,
you run into when you're a small guard and you're a super senior, you're probably not gonna get drafted in the modern NBA. It's just
I mean, with that being said, that's why I'm only talking about draft stock. Like as far as how good he is, I think RJ, when you watch him play, you can see he's a dog. He's small, but he's a dog, and he's a smart basketball player. So I think somebody is going to sign him. Somebody's going to put him on their bench for it's a couple seasons and see what he could do. But I think RJ would be a good backup point guard.
Hunter Salas went to the 76ers. I actually think that's a really nice pickup for them.
Yeah, I can't believe he went undrafted.
I didn't think that kid that Philly took from Auburn was getting drafted. Broom? Yeah, I didn't think he was getting drafted. I didn't like his measurements. He's a below average athlete. I don't mind him being very left-handed because a lot of left-handers are really good, but his game just doesn't look like it translates to the modern NBA. He doesn't stretch the floor. He doesn't defend on the wing. He doesn't defend in the post. His measurements, I think he was listed at 6'9". I think he measured at 6'6.5". So something like he measured at like
than that.
He measured at like 6'6", 6'7", something like that. Yeah. So I'm not loving him. I didn't think he was getting drafted, to be honest with you.
He gonna have to do something similar to like Nas Reed and kind of change his game and get, get in better shape. You know what I'm saying? Get right. Because Nas was nasty at LSU, but he changed his game though.
Much better athlete.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he got that type of capability. He just strikes me as someone who good basketball player, not a very good NBA player. That's what it look like. He might have a great career overseas, but
he gonna go somewhere.
Hell yeah, he gonna get paid. But I just want to say too, I wasn't saying that he should be like Nas. I mean, I was just using Nas as an example of changing your game up. And because Nas, just like him, had a really good college career. You know what I'm saying? So, he got to change it. He can't come to the league like that.
He was another one of those super seniors, as you were saying, Mal. I mean, he played 2 years at Morehead State. Is that what it is? Yeah, so he played 2 years. I don't know how the hell you go from Morehead State to Auburn. I don't know how the hell you do that, but all right, okay. And then he played 2 more years at Auburn. I mean, he was awesome at Auburn. I just don't think his game translates to the pro game. I don't.
All right, y'all. We are going to transition into the top 5 comments of the week. Appreciate everybody that's been watching, liking the video, subscribing, and ultimately leaving comments after the episode. These comments don't go unnoticed. We notice everything that you guys do, especially everybody that's consistent and always letting us know how you guys feel about the good takes, the bad takes, the in-between takes, and all of that other good stuff.
Yep.
All right, well, the first comment that we got is from Rafani U. Rafani U 9240 said Ron building up that Rockets roster so that when they fall, he'll be there to shit on KD again, knowing full well that ain't a championship team.
Is that what's going on, Ron?
They on you, Ron. They know.
Is that what's going on, Ron? Is that what you're doing? You're trying to gas homegirl to be something that she not? That's what you're doing, Ron? You sending me on a date with homegirl, you telling me that she dope, only to find out that bitch feet stink? That's what you're trying to do? And then when I find out that her feet stink, you like, chill, I tried to tell you. You ain't tell me nothing. You ain't say nothing, Ron.
Hey, they're the second best team in the West. That's all I know. Get it done, KD.
Ron, do you actually believe that?
Yeah.
I don't really think.
I know why y'all push.
Are they better than Denver today, Ron?
I think
the season started today.
In the playoffs, I don't think so. But
that's what
in
I'm
the
talking
regular
about.
season,
We got a 7-game series.
No,
it's May of.
I don't think. KD's just not that kind of player, though. But it's not a slant on KD. I just don't think he'd be the best player on the team in your winning series like that. But I'm saying me personally, I think there's like.
I don't even know Denver's roster.
I do. I mean, at this point, I still would take him. At this point, like respectfully, I mean.
So who is your roster? Your starting 5.
Starting 5, the same bench. The only players that are gone right now are Russ and Blacko, DJ, and
Christian Brown still on the team. MPJ still on the
so
team.
your
Russ
starting
is gone,
5 is
Joker.
the same.
it's the same bench. Mars, nothing's.
Yeah, it's the starting 5, and then
Russ.
and then what? Your best bench player?
Is Jordan still on the crew?
No, I just said Jordan's gone.
Jordan's
I won't
gone.
talk about that right now. There's great free agency actually opens up in 3
Next
days.
weekend.
So
Also, that's right.
Do you guys have money?
yeah, they have the taxpayer MLE and then Vetman so that they can use.
Houston doesn't have anything to slow down Jokic. Like what we saw this playoffs, we saw
Steven
teams
Adams?
that could Ryan.
If I say I've seen Şengün hold Jokic 9-26, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, I mean that's
You're
fine.
not the bad guy, Mars. Did he hold him to 9-26?
Hold
Did he slow him
him.
down?
That's
Just the
chill,
same
hold it.
Şengün who put
Şengün-
45 on
All I know, Jokic struggles against those European bigs who don't play with a ton of vertical pop.
really
That's
physical.
Şengün.
right. So
Şengün
okay,
fits
so
the mold.
Sengun holding Jokic to 9, whatever he did that game. That doesn't matter to what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like in the play, like in a series, an actual playoff series. They don't have nothing to slow down Sengun. Like,
But why are we
many times it's
turning
not
this
out of-
into
well,
this
because,
though?
Because
we let Swiper nasty ass turn this into this.
No,
I asked you a question.
Swiper didn't turn nothing into
Yeah, I
nothing.
asked you a
I'm gonna
question.
tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
Hold on. Y'all can't keep just putting that on Swiper. That's the comment of the week. Swiper just
No.
somebody was on about Denver, and then you know what I'm saying. Now
That's the point I'm making. Chill asked
That's
me
not Swiper's
where I had the Rockets. I said they're second in the East, and Swiper said you think or in the West. Swiper said you think they're second in the West.
I didn't
I
say
Swiper,
it like that at all.
I said Swiper. I know why you would think this. And
just
then
literally
the
said
question was asked, will they beat the Nuggets? Just
Okay,
because
so that's not Swiper's fault.
Mars. Just the other day when we were doing the 7 championships, just because you can beat this team doesn't mean you're better than this team.
No,
I think the Rockets are.
Well, I don't.
I
better
agree.
than
You're
Nuggets
agreeing with
you
Mars
think
on
that.
something I don't stand on. I don't believe that.
Me
So
neither.
therefore, you
I don't
can't
think-
hold me to
Ron
Mars.
didn't agree with that. I don't know why Ron's
Y'all-
using
y'all
it now. Ron
But that's my
disagreed
thing. My thing, Ron. You can think that still, like that's fine. But I'm talking about even because seeding isn't really the big deal. I don't care where they finish. I'm just saying, like as far as a run, because they got Kevin Durant, so they're a serious basketball team. Let's talk about as a run into the playoffs. They come across Denver. I don't think they can beat Denver. I don't think they can because they don't got nothing. I don't think they got nothing to slow Jokic down. We saw in the playoffs this year where Zubac. I don't think Sengun can do anything close to what Zubac did with Jokic. You know what I'm saying? He's not that physical specimen, that level of physicality. He doesn't have that. Then OKC had a different scheme for Jokic. Alex Caruso. I don't think Amin Thompson is disciplined enough to play that role. Dylan, I know y'all might not be high on Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks might have been able to play that role. I don't think he could do it like Caruso. He's not there. I don't think any of those other dudes are that disciplined or that talented on defense as Alex Caruso is. I don't think they got the scheme. On top of that, they don't got Chet. They don't got Chet behind. Sengun's not Chet. So I don't think the Rockets can beat them. I do think the Rockets can beat some other teams though.
Yeah.
Once
Once again, I'm not.
Dylan Brooks, by the way. Just
100% he is.
I'm not comparing them to the Nuggets. I'm just saying I believe that they're the second best team in the West.
In the regular season, going into the playoffs is what you're saying, Ron.
Just in general, chill. Just because the Nuggets have beat them doesn't take away from the fact that I believe that they're the second best team in the West.
I just don't think the answer to beating Denver is slow down Jokic. I just don't think that's the recipe.
So what's the recipe then, Mars? Because
the rest of the team sucks.
Wait, hold on.
We'll pray for AG to get hurt again.
The rest of the team sucks. That's the recipe.
Yeah, we don't want to get off the.
Yeah, because we're off to go into like you know what I mean. And
I'm
Mars,
just so you know,
the reason why De'Aaron Fox would get this done, but Jamal wouldn't, even though there's no sample size for De'Aaron.
That's why you want to get off.
Nah, my game plan going into a Denver series is not how can we make Jokic not be the best player in the series? Like, if that's your plan, then you're probably gonna lose. Like, I'm not saying don't guard Jokic, but I'm saying slowing down Jokic doesn't I know teams can do it in games, but you're not going to just keep Jokic quiet. That's just not possible. So that's not my plan. My plan is everyone else. My plan is we're not going to give Aaron Gordon those dunker spot opportunities. We're not going to give MPJ just wide open catch and shoots. We're going to give Christian Brown wide open catch and shoots. That's the plan. We're going to make sure that in the non-Jokic minutes, we dominate. That's the plan. The plan is not slow down Jokic. Like that's. I don't care.
Well, I mean, if you can, you do. Like if you have the personnel.
Yeah, if you can, obviously. Like, and the Rockets can't. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. OKC figured out a way to slow Jokic down, and that works.
Yeah, injury.
And the Clippers did it too, and then they lost. So like,
running the Aaron Gordon.
Fucking James Harden.
Yeah, it goes however it goes. I'm not saying you if you can slow down Jokic, do it. If you have Zoo, that's amazing. I'm just saying, if you don't have the personnel to slow down Jokic, whatever, just slow down the rest of the guys.
I think that there's a difference. I think, well, of course, I think that's just logical that we want Joker scoring 45, 50 because they're not nearly as effective when he's doing that 100%. But then when he's doing that kind of stuff, Joker's drawing double teams. He's drawing triple teams, and he's going to find guys around the basket. He's going to find guys for wide open shots. Jamal Murray's going to be way more effective than what he is when he's just single covered, as opposed to when he's wide open. When Joker got 3 guys on him, when he's got 2 guys on him in the mid post or at the long ball line where he's got a whole bunch of space. And to your point, we're not going to keep Joker quiet. No, we're definitely not going to do that. But what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to tone Joker down, because when Joker is loud, they're loud. If we can turn Joker down and give ourselves an opportunity at the end, then we got an opportunity.
Sound like you're making an argument for the best and most dominant player in the league, and it's not somebody else that won a championship and got Finals MVP, because you don't believe that. All right, next comment.
That was a random chase.
Come on, yo. We gotta move on. We gotta move on.
I knew it would move us on.
That was a random chase.
I knew it would move us on. All right, next. There we go.
Victor Alexander 3767 said, "Is it Ox's birthday? Why are y'all entertaining this man with these ridiculous takes? Al Horford?
First of all,
really?
What was the take about?
Al Horford? Ox was talking about Al Horford has had a better career than Shea, and then a bunch of different players in the NBA. I can't remember all the players we said.
It was nasty. That's all we.
I gave wait. I gave valid points, and it was a Hall of Fame discussion, Swiper. So just so that you know, because Ron and other people, Mars, Chill, everybody, this chat. They'll try to tell you that I was arguing something I wasn't. This was a Hall of Fame conversation.
No,
I said you said he had a better career.
Okay, when you say better career, Mars, that's leaving out, because most people aren't just going to hear that
college.
Think about what we're talking about. We're talking about Hall of Fame career, Swiper, not NBA career. Hall of Fame includes college. That's 2 back-to-back championships at Florida. Most people don't win one. So winning them back-to-back, that's a big deal. If you respect college basketball, you understand how serious it is to win 2 national championships back-to-back. That was one of the best college basketball teams we've ever seen. That's what I'm saying. If you add that, Swiper, if you add that into a very, very good NBA career from Al Horford, a very good NBA career with the championship, you know what I'm saying? I think it's fine to talk about Al Horford as a Hall of Famer. I mean, some people can't acknowledge that because most people don't really like basketball. They just like the superstar stuff, the highlights, and this player, that player. They can't really talk about players that aren't superstars. You know? So,
yo, but Ox, just hear me out though. If the 2020 ring is called the Bubble Mickey Mouse ring, then what makes you think we give a damn about them AAU rings?
What AAU ring?
What are you talking about?
Ron, I know you ain't talking about an NCAA championship being the AAU ring. I know that you ain't sitting here right now
if they calling the bubble ring
winning the
a Mickey Mouse ring
in back-to-back seasons.
Then them is AAU ring.
AAU ring, Ron. Are you kidding me right now?
Hey, that's just no respect.
That's Mickey Mouse ring.
That's just no respect. That's no respect.
No respect, Ron. Come on, man.
Don't get mad at me. I ain't make up the rules.
I can't take you serious.
I'm just being consistent with my people.
No more, Ron.
And we can't take Al Horford serious.
So in the 3 years that he played at Florida, he made the All SEC team twice. He was the tournament MVP in the SEC, which is a big deal. They won a national championship in back-to-back seasons, and then he gets to the NBA. So to couple what he did in college, when he gets to the NBA, made the All-Pro team, made the All-League defensive team, made the All-Star team, won the NBA championship, played 67 years. Ron, come on, man. Like, we have to talk about this dude in that conversation as being. I know that he's not a first ballot. I don't think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, because when I think about a bunch of other guys like Dennis Johnson, it took Dennis Johnson 20 years to get into the Hall of Fame, right? But we would have to talk about Al Horford when his career is over. Like, where does he rank amongst those guys? And there's people who look at the Hall of Fame like any and everybody can get in. No, they can't. Not everybody gets into the Hall of Fame. That's just not true.
Well, one way or another, shout out to Al Horford. The next comment that we got is from Jeremiah Smith 7706. Jeremiah said the result of this finals doesn't move SGA up or down. I agree with Swiper. You should judge players on how well they play individually. Impact on winning matters, and winning should count for something. But squeezing out a game 7 win shouldn't make SGA go from top 3 to 4 player to number 1. He doesn't move above Jokic or Giannis simply because he gets a single chip. Why? Because he's still not a better basketball player than those guys individually. And honestly, I don't have SGA over a healthy Luka going into next season.
Chill. Question. The reason why I took the position I took, it's that I don't think the outcome of Game 7 changes that he is a top 4 player in the league. And I also think that Chill, for me, it would be dumb. I'm saying for me, not anyone else. For me, I don't think he played well, like in Game 7.
Was he the best player in that series?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but like,
yes.
Did he play like the best player in that series?
Yes.
Yeah, but
what are we doing, Swiper?
I'm on that side though, that he is the best player in the series, but like I'm not. That doesn't. Whatever happens in that series, I don't think he had a great finals, but that doesn't make him a less.
The second best player in that series might have been his teammate. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, it's just for me. It doesn't change his. He's still a great player, regardless of he didn't have the finals that I expected him to have. Like
what finals did you expect him to have? Like,
well, I thought he would score better, like all that other stuff. I think like all around, like the impact would have been a little bit better. But I'm saying that like that for me, and I think it's silly to say that he's a lesser version of himself because he didn't play as well as people thought he would. So that's why my position on that is where it is. But
so to your point, Mars, when you just talked about his teammate being arguably the second best player in the finals. With them winning the NBA championship and with the season that he had and with the way he played, if we're not gonna move up SGA, who was the best player in the NBA finals, who played like the best player in the NBA finals,
versus Halliburton.
We're not gonna do that neither. But if we're not,
you don't think Halliburton's a top 5 player?
he outplayed Steve Nash.
Like I was saying, if we're not gonna move SGA any closer to the top, then does that same logic apply to J-Dub, who wasn't where where he is now? Like going into next season, what do you think J-Dub is going to be? I'm not sure if there's 25 players in the game better than him.
Yeah, sure, I agree.
Okay,
now where have you moved Shea to?
I think he's closer to number 1 today
because of the finals.
But is he in the same physical spot? Not closeness to 1, whoever that is, probably Jokic. Is he, let's say he was 4th before the playoffs started. Is he still 4th?
I don't think he's a better player than Joker. I had him at 3 before these finals started. I had him at 3. And to answer your question, for them winning it, I think he does go ahead of Giannis. I don't think he's a better player than Giannis.
Think he's a better player, but how does that work? If you don't think he's a better basketball player than Giannis, why does he?
Because the reason why, again, Swiper, is because
at least he's about Jason Tatum now.
Okay. Yeah, once again, the reason why I feel like this is because I feel like I've gone over this a bunch of times with you guys. When we're talking about the best in the world, I feel like we're close. Like we're talking about players, close players. The example I gave Mars was yesterday. If Clyde Drexler outplays Michael Jordan in the NBA Finals in 1992, not a better player than Jordan. No. May I finish, please? Like I was saying, if Clyde Drexler outplays Michael Jordan in the NBA Finals in 1992, we're talking about these two guys as the best 2 guards in the game. I thought Jay was better than him. I'm not going to argue that point. But if he outplays Jay in the NBA Finals and they win and the Blazers beat them, we're having a different conversation about Jordan and Drex. Even though I don't think he's a better player, I think that we're having a different conversation off the strength of how much better he was against him one-on-one.
Okay, but if Jordan averaged 35, 6, and 6 in that
but
series,
Shea didn't go against Giannis in the playoffs.
No, he didn't. But again, the winning is, I feel like, where
they went 7 games though, Chill.
But Shea went against the same team that Giannis went against in the playoffs, and Giannis undoubtedly played better.
Right, and they lost in what, 5 games?
His team is worse.
And even to your point, he was undoubtedly better. SGA was still awesome on the biggest stage. It wasn't like SGA was. That means that in the NBA, there's a difference between playing well in the first round of the playoffs as opposed to playing well in the NBA Finals for all the marbles.
But you don't think he played better in the series though than Giannis did in his series?
But wait a minute though, Swiper. We've seen guys play great early on in the playoffs and then falter later on. And I think
fellas, we got to move on because you guys know what today is. We got comments of the week, and then we got to get into these awards.
We have
no basketball talk today, guys.
We'll literally be here next Thursday, so please don't worry.
You guys will be here next Monday. But Z Greatness from episode 586 sent through a comment of the week and said Ron looked like 40 Cent.
That was the day that you had on the white hoodie with the shades on. You look like you had one too many, Ron.
No, you know who you look like, Chill? Ron, that was matter of fact, Ron, put a big screen up on you, please.
Nah.
Put a big screen up on you. Oh, you do everybody else.
Ron, you run F unit?
That was his Corella DeVille outfit that he had on. That was 101 Dalmatians.
Yo, that's crazy. That's wild. Shout out Corella. Last but not least, the final comment of the week is from Chucky Sheed, and on episode 586, Chucky said updated finals ranking since 2016. At number 1, he has the Cavs versus the Warriors 2016. Number 2, the Bucks versus the Suns in 2021. Number 3, the Warriors versus the Celtics 2022. Number 4, Thunder versus Pacers 2025. At 5, the Lakers versus the Heat 2020. Number 6, the Warriors versus the Celtics 2017. Number 7,
Cavs, Ron.
Warriors versus the Cavs 2017. Number 7, Warriors versus Raptors 2019. Number 8, the Nuggets versus the Heat 2023. Number 9, the Warriors versus the Cavs 2018. And number 10, last but not least, the Celtics versus the Mavs last year, 2024.
I think the 2018 finals was better than the 2017 finals.
Now, I think the 2019 finals was better than the 2017 finals.
What do you observe about? No, bring that comment back. Bring that comment back. Please.
Blowouts at the bottom.
Look at what is wrong with this list. I want you to think about this really. Cavs versus Warriors, right? He wrote Cavs first. Cavs won. Bucks won, Warriors won, Thunder won, Lakers won, Warriors
he put
won.
The Raptors. Okay.
Oh, there's your bias. Warriors versus Raptors. The only team that won that got put second. That's funny to me.
Well, Penn, if you didn't know me at this time, but when that championship was won in June of 2019, I had not yet started Swiper. That was a year and a half later. I remember getting on Facebook. This is still Facebook at the time.
Oh, wow.
And I literally wrote, I think verbatim, I don't care what nobody says. The Warriors are the NBA champions. And I put the biggest asterisk of all time. I was so angry when Klay Thompson went down with that ACL injury. I was screaming at my television at Danny Green. I could not believe that happened. I was livid at this time. I don't feel the exact same at this point, but
yeah,
I was definitely very upset.
I've listened to you discuss that championship, and that checks out. I do want to let everyone know, if you scroll back to about 7 minutes in this live afterwards, I want you to really pay attention when people say "but." I want you to hone your ass in when people say "but." This is a but. No. But pay attention to what comes after "but."
Mm-hmm.
Really pay attention to that. You know, your job employer, you've done a great job, but we got to let you go. It's like, just stop waterboarding me, bro. Just tell me the truth.
Focusing on but.
I think the butts don't lie, yo.
Well, it's just in reference to
butts really don't lie. I don't know, man. I think it was in reference to that Shea and Jokic conversation y'all were having. There's a lot of something, no, but listen to yourself talk. Listen to yourself talk about the OKC Thunder. I swear to God, you say "but" every 4 seconds.
Oh, are you an OKC fan though?
I've been an OKC fan. Don't try to put me on that. I'm starting a Spurs podcast. And
I said OKC.
OKC,
yeah.
Spurs and Raptors.
Yeah. I'm taking notes. Mars,
Welcome to the
I'm
group.
taking notes.
See,
I'm
everyone
taking notes.
swear they different.
Welcome to the dark side,
Everyone
baby.
swear
Welcome.
they different, then they end up looking just like me. I don't know.
Don't shake your head, Swiper. Now you on the Pacers bandwagon. Yeah, you remember you wanted to do that.
Well, I'm on the Pacers bandwagon.
You remember
No,
you wanted
I'm
to try
not
to show me
actually.
up and twerk for the Pacers? Well, guess what?
There's
Now
no
you got a
twerking for
secondary
anything.
team.
I just
And
saw it
and
before
you
you
beat
did.
Atlanta, going to games. I seen that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
3 teams for you.
Let me proclaim it will be the greatest Spurs podcast by next year.
I know.
Guaranteed.
Well, with all due respect, absolutely not. There are already amazing people making Spurs content. Shout out to you.
Well, I'm not them.
Next super chat. I agree. Next super chat or the comment of the week.
But you forgot your favorite word, but
We are actually.
Have I said but a lot up here?
Oh no, I don't keep track of butts.
I pay
Okay.
attention to your words,
Yeah,
bro.
that-
Well, I
that's
know.
okay.
Pin,
I
I know.
pay attention to
Pin. I
everything.
know. Pin computer keeps track of a lot of butts on there. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not.
Next comment of the week.
Shout out,
Next
I'm a
comment.
shout out
gooner
all the
now?
butts.
This is getting nasty before it even started.
All right, y'all. We are going to talk about PrizePicks for a quick second because, well, this is where you can run your game, control your game, and win your game. And on PrizePicks, when you play $5, you will get 50 back in lineups instantly. But there's a catch to it. You got to use promo code PANEL. When you use promo code PANEL, you will get $50 in lineups instantly. Now, the cool thing about PrizePicks is you can win real money and get in on the sports action real easy. But you got to use promo code PANEL. Now, once you use promo code PANEL, you can win up to 2,000 times the money that you put in. You know, you can play with basketball, but you can also go with baseball. You can go with WNBA. You can go with UFC. You can go with college basketball, NFL, college football. It's so much to choose from on the PrizePicks app. But you got to use promo code PANEL. So, for instance, tonight, I got Shohei Ohtani getting 3 or more hits. I got Aaron Judge not doing a damn thing. Oh, and last but not least, speaking of butts, I got the big dumper. You know, the best hitter in the MLB, the MLB MVP, the biggest dumper, Cal Raleigh. I got him hitting a home run and continuing to do what he does, making a historic season up here in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle. So make sure that you join the action on PrizePicks by downloading the app. Then you use promo code PANEL, pick more or less on your player projections, win real money, and then you will have instant payouts when you use promo code PANEL. All right, fellas, let's go ahead and get into it. It's about that time to get into the chat awards. I'm sorry for the delay, y'all. I've been ready to get to it, but we finally have everything good on the back end. So let's get into it. The first award, ladies and
votes
gentlemen.
in, Ron? Are the votes in, Ron?
The votes are in.
How was the votes? How are they compiled again?
Mixture chat.
Runs me.
Mixture chat, mixture of Hall of Famers, mixture of.
We should have like a Microsoft form. Actually, we sent in and blast it out an email. Could have put on all the TikToks and everything else. People could have clicked the link and then just slotted it in. But Ron, I know you want to go the old school way.
Oh yeah, TikTok would definitely have the best entries to worst takes because they see everything.
Yeah, maybe next year. But as for this year, the first award that we have is the biggest yapper. So we're gonna go ahead and run a poll, chat, and you guys let us know who you think is the biggest yapper. But here's the thing. We have some nominees. We have the nominees that we're gonna the votes don't matter, but we have some nominees for you guys.
The votes
the winners,
don't matter.
the winners are already selected, but I want you guys to let me know who you think is gonna win this. And these are the nominees for the biggest yapper this year. You have Jordan, who isn't up here, unfortunately. You have Swiper. And you also have Pin. So, chat, let me know who you guys believe. Out of
You
those
should
three,
also be in this, just so we're clear. You definitely should be in this.
Yeah, I think this is easily Swiper. But
Yeah, it's a host thing. Hosts aren't allowed to be in this conversation. So
but
it's not gonna be
between us, who do we believe?
Define yapping, because Mars is the yapper police, by the way.
Nonsensical.
Define yapping, Mars.
Like if we're going off who talks the most,
yeah,
it's Penn. It takes him 18 minutes to get his 1 point across. So like if that's how you're defining yapping, I think it's Penn. But if you're defining yapping as just talking because you want to be heard and you just want to talk for the sake of talking, Swiper runs away with it.
Coming up with segments, yeah, it's definitely me.
Yeah, like Kato said it. Penn talks the most, but Swiper yaps. Like that. Yeah. That's how I define it. So for me, it's
Jordan's in that second tier too, though. With Swiper.
Jordan's in there too.
Oh, for sure.
He's just not on as many episodes as Swiper.
Sounds like Swiper's a lot of empty buckets from you, Swiper. That's what it sounds like.
No, actually, my net rating is in the positive on every show.
12, but it's.
I think it's actually the thing is I like talking. Like I can see when y'all
Jordan
are draining out, and sometimes Mars literally would just have his head down the whole show. Like the whole show, we'll have to come up with something to keep the thing going for 3 hours. So no, he's not. He is in fact he's functionally not.
I think it's between Swiper and Jordan. Those would be my 2 votes.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but we know where.
Oh, you're gonna win the award. I'm just.
I know.
Yeah, but
don't worry.
Just know it ain't got nothing to do with me. I wouldn't.
All right, y'all. Well, the chat is voting right now, and the chat has Penn running away with it with 54% of the vote. Swiper has 34, and Jordan has 12. But Ox, you have a selection who you believe, or a prediction who you believe will win between Jordan, Penn, and Swiper? Biggest Shapper?
Nah, I didn't vote on this one.
He a positive guy.
I'll try not to vote on those type of topics, man.
Okay, I mean it could be a good thing. That means you're what is it? Your
it's not.
Penn gets me on when
time of possession. It's time of possession.
When Penn talks, Penn gets me on the hook because I know it's going somewhere.
What?
Like when Penn talks, I know it's going somewhere, and I'm probably going to find out something that I did.
It's gonna turn into a slight on somebody.
But it might be a little long. It might be a little long-winded, but I know it's going somewhere.
I wouldn't. My thing. That's the problem, though, Chill. Because like yap is such a vague word. Because to your point, it might sound like it. Like I'm sorry, Penn. I'm using an example. I'm not getting at you though.
No worries. You just sound like T-Pain because your internet right now.
Yeah, you're going in and out, Ox.
Man, I keep moving. I'm trying to restart it, man. Y'all just
trying to look a little like Teddy right now too.
Y'all just
live with 144p Ox. We're gonna have to live with it.
But I mean, y'all can hear me, or it's just the visual, or
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Well, y'all just got to take me as I am today. I'm working on the Wi-Fi. I just moved here, y'all. Y'all got to just take me as I am today. Sometimes like it might sound like somebody's yapping, but they just they're trying to get to where they are. Like what I'm saying, trying to get to a point. So I think the yap term is very, very. It's too vague to vote on. And then like in Penn's defense, I'm trying to tell y'all, it's not him. It's not Penn, okay? It's the hat.
What is it? What is with this hat, Ox? I'm put me on, brother. What's going on?
It's a Harry Potter reference.
It got Penn in the chokehold. Chill, like it's talking to him like just say it, and Penn doesn't.
Penn, you might want to convert to a do-rag. Hit Mars up and get his plug. It might help you out a little.
Someone told me I look like Chet Holmgren yesterday, so I was like, shit, I might.
Maybe.
I don't.
But all right, y'all, it's time to reveal the winner. So with no further ado, the winner of the biggest yapper in the 2025 Chat Awards is Swiper.
Good award. Good award. My family will tell you the same thing. Yep, since I was a child, so I'm fully with it. I accept this award with honor.
People locked in. That's good work.
So Swiper, what do you consider yap like? Because you said
somebody in the chat actually got it. Like somebody said he'll explain Harry Potter lore in the middle of an episode. Yeah, 1,000%. I agree. Yeah, I feel like 100%. I accept the award. Accept it.
And that's see, like Swiper. That's why I don't really like it, because it's not. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. I got serious ADHD. Like we'd be up here talking, I'll be like, man, you know what? That reminds me of something. And not, you know what I'm saying. So I'll be like, mute your mic, Bob. Mute your mic. Because you just talk about anything. I'll talk about anything, Swiper. So
that's a fact.
I respect it.
I accept that award.
Hey Ox, sing "I'm in Love with a Stripper." Buy you a drink. Think I'm gonna buy you a drink?
No, I like the first one. No, look, I'm gonna
All
love
right,
the
for
stripper.
sure.
That's my shit. That's my shit. You know, that's one of my favorite songs.
Hey, Alex, speaking of Yap, you mind letting the people know what's your favorite stripper name?
I don't know how Ron
you
wasn't
are
on this poll, by the way.
Yeah,
Because he's the
see
host.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't
You
know
are trying
how
to
Ron
cook
just
me right
evaded
now.
this.
Now,
All right,
wait, hold on. So wait. If we're saying there's a person who derails good combos more than anybody, it's easily Ron.
Oh, for sure.
Easily.
For sure.
We having a conversation, and Ron is gonna throw us right off the track. We in the middle of something. Oh my goodness.
All
But
right,
you know what, though,
next up.
you saying that though, Ron, that leads me to something I forgot to say this the other day. We were talking about music. I just want y'all to know, like Bun B, like verse for verse, bar for bar, Bun B is like top 10, but Bun B don't got no weak verses, and he really got some of the best verses in rap. I just want to put that on your mind. Look at that, Ron.
No idea.
Shout out to Bun B. Shout out to Bun B.
No idea.
Shout out to UGK too. But next up, we got the worst take of the year. Now, y'all, here's the thing.
This has to be chill. I'm sorry.
We got a lot of nominees. You guys sent through a lot of potential worst takes, and they're so good that I can't not tell you guys the nominees before we get to the 4 finalists. So to start with, who said that Bill Russell's a better offensive player than Hakeem?
Chill. That's the worst take of the year.
Whoa, no, I
That's
didn't
the
say that.
worst take.
I never said that.
Did.
No, I did not say that.
That's the worst take of the year.
I did not say he was a better
That is the
offensive
worst
player.
Can we hear from Chill? Can we hear from Chill? Chill. What'd you say?
I did not say he was. I did not say he was a better offensive player
You did.
than Hakeem Olajuwon.
Please, someone find the clip and send it to me. You said it because I'm the one who asked.
Because I remember you asked me if you think because you told me if I think Olajuwon is a better offensive player, if I think Olajuwon is a better defensive player, I think he's the best defensive player in the history of the game. If I think that, then why isn't he better than Bill Russell? Why would I say Bill Russell was a better offensive player than him?
Because this would have. I think this started with the footwork thing.
Because Chill did his top 10: James Jordan, Jabbar, Chamberlain, Russell, Magic Bird, Duncan, Olajuwon, Diesel, and then I was like, hold on a minute. Because I know Chill, he said in his opinion, Hakeem's the best defender ever. So I was like, if you think Hakeem's a better defender than Bill Russell, and he's obviously a better offensive player than Bill Russell, how is Hakeem below Bill Russell? And then Mr. Chilltown Hoops wanted to come tell me about Mr. Bill Russell's 2020 average in the playoffs over 4 years.
Yes,
And was saying, oh, he could pass
Olajuwon
out.
didn't do that.
He was doing all these things. You told me Bill Russell was better offensively. That's what you said.
I know. I wasn't here on this episode.
I was. I remember this. I remember this word. No,
I
no.
don't think Hakeem's better offensively. That's
Chill. It happened when you get backed into a corner. You say stuff, and I remember this verbatim because you had to defend your list for Bill Russell, why he was still ahead of Hakeem, even with all the information that had been provided. Because Mars, when he does that honing system thing, he honed in on something you said. And then now we're locked in on that, and so you started to go around. Oh well, this.
You had that beam on your forehead, Chill.
You did say that.
You was trying to dance away from that beam.
Please, someone find the clip.
I don't remember, to be honest with you, if I said that, yes, 100%.
That's the worst take of the year.
Hold up, though, fellas.
If I said that, here's my award.
That's not even a nominee, y'all.
Matter of fact, I would like to thank.
That's crazy that it's not a nominee.
It's not even a nominee. It got votes. It was in the conversation, but I got a bunch of other ones too, and I'm gonna just run through these. We don't got to stop on these. I'm just running through them. LaMelo is a top 3-point guard, or will be a top 3-point guard next year.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
That's not worse than Olajuwon.
Dwayne Wade wasn't dominant.
Yep,
that was crazy.
Day one, Jordan.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Who said that?
Jordan, day one.
Oh, my bad, Jordan.
Jordan saying that Rondo is greater than Steve Nash, but MVPs make you dominant.
That was crazy. I've seen
Rondo is better than
Jordan.
Steve Nash.
Did
That's a
Schroeder
fire take.
and Derek White make this list?
Nah, no way.
What?
I've heard so many worse than that.
Ron
better than Steve Nash.
Ron saying that De'Aaron Fox is greater than Kyrie Irving. Or better than Kyrie Irving.
That's a bad take, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst take of the year, but that's a bad one.
That's a good take, Ron. Keep it up.
Ron saying that Reed Shepherd will be a better shooter than Damian Lillard.
Yeah, you did say day one Reed would be like a top 5 shooter in the
That's
league.
not that crazy. I know it's wrong,
Thank
but
you,
it's not
Jay.
that
Thank you.
crazy. He shot 50% in college.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it's the worst take. Like, I think it aged badly because he didn't play, but I don't think it's the worst take.
Ron saying Hallie is over Nash.
Yeah,
That's a bad one. That's a bad
that's
one.
pretty bad.
Penn was there co-signing him, but that's a bad one.
I was co-signing that Nash was overrated. I don't actually think that Hallie is better than Nash.
Very premature. It's very premature.
Yeah.
Penn saying that SGA was better or is better than 2016 Steph Curry.
He said 17.
17.
Oh,
Get it right.
17?
Still
17?
wrong, but it's
Is
not
it-
wrong.
Well, you know someone who agrees with me? Paul George.
relative to wrong, that's not like
There's so many.
worst.
There's so many. I'm
Yeah.
still waiting to hear a worst take.
Yeah,
from the rest of them.
I mean, we're getting through.
I'll tell
we're getting
you
through
my
the ones that
worst
just
take.
got votes. We'll get to the meat and potatoes of it.
Oh, okay. These are not the finals.
Penn, no.
No,
These are just nominees in the conversation.
Penn saying Scotty Barnes can be the MVP next year.
That was a take from
I
2
just
days
said that
ago.
yesterday.
that was pretty bad.
He got nominations in 2
Then you have a GM and build a team around him. Go ahead. All right, next one.
We still have our GM.
Penn did say Scotty Barnes better than LeBron. That's a bad one.
That was actually the next one.
That's a bad
Penn
one.
saying Scotty Barnes is better than LeBron.
Hey, what happens on Playback stays on Playback. That
That's
doesn't
a
count.
bad one.
We talking about panel worst takes. That didn't happen on the panel.
Okay.
Lord.
Another
But
take. Penn saying that Arvydas Sabonis is better than Kobe Bryant.
never said it. Never said it. Ever,
Yeah,
ever, ever. Never
technically
said
you
that.
didn't say it.
No, I did not.
He did say Arvydas Sabonis.
Wait, no,
I said
no,
Arvydas is a top 15
no.
player, and that was last year.
No,
By the way,
you said it without saying it because I remember you did your top 10 and then you said your next group was between a bunch of people, blah blah blah.
Uh-huh.
You said Arvydas Sabonis, and then someone brought up Kobe, and you said
you
Kobe
said
would
Kobe.
be-
You
yeah,
said
it was
Kobe.
me, yeah. Was it? It might have been me or Ro-
Yes. Okay.
Okay, it wasn't. And you said I know because the next group was Arvydas, Dirk, AG, I want to say someone else, and then I brought up Kobe, and you said I know damn sure he's not in that group. That's what you said.
No, that's not. That's not what I said. I promise you.
We don't have time. We don't have time to defend the take.
It's not a finalist. Too much award winner is talking too much. Next up.
The next one from Penn is.
That's not what I said.
Chris Bosh is closer to Nick Claxton than Chris Bosh is to Anthony Davis.
I think that take has been taken so far out of proportion. I'm being honest. I don't think it's bad. I disagree. I've heard so many worse takes than that. So many worse takes than that.
The next one is Penn saying peak Kawhi is better than peak Shaq.
That's a bad one.
The next
that one was awful. Holy shit.
No.
That was terrible.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I went back. I thought about it. I'm coming back. Double down.
Oh
Double down. Now triple down.
He might have to win just for that. Yeah, he might have to win
triple
just
down.
for that.
I'm quadruple down. Yes.
I was ready to accept my award for Bill
Beast
Russell. I can't
Kawhi.
believe I said that. I don't even remember saying it. I do
No,
remember the
I-
conversation, but I don't remember saying that.
Yo, Joe,
shit.
I obviously I acknowledge how stupid it sounds. Don't worry. I just wanted to shine some light on Kawhi. That's all.
Yo.
The next take that we got is Chill saying Tatum will be the best player in the world if the Celtics repeat.
Yeah, off the 3 games. That was horrible.
Torres
That was a
Achilles
horrible
tendon was out
segment.
against him.
Horrible segment. Just
The next take from Chill is that Ant and SGA are better defenders than Draymond Green.
I said that?
damn.
What?
You just be talking, dog.
What? Ain't no way I said that.
Wait, what was the take? What was the take? What was the take?
Yes.
Ant and SGA are better defenders than Draymond Green.
That's the number yet. Dude, someone reminded me in the comments. I got that one was
There's
bad
no way
as
I said
hell.
that, Ron.
Like, I'm trying to tell you, Chill's had
Hey,
some.
Chill,
By the way,
it's been a long year,
by the
Chill.
way,
It's been a
What the
long year.
hell? Like, when did I
the
say that?
Arvydas Sabonis clip got put in the chat. Penn said it was a tie. It was he was torn at 10 between Wilt, KG, Dirk, and Arvydas Sabonis. Not Kobe Bryant. He didn't have Kobe Bryant in that group.
You said Kobe, and I said exactly these words. I've watched the
I'm
clip
watching the clip.
Yes, and let me tell you what happens on that clip, so you can watch it and confirm whether I'm lying or not. You said that means he don't even have Kobe top 14. I'm like,
that means
yeah,
he has
he's
Kobe
in
at
that
like
group.
14 or something.
But
Yo,
he's
can
not
I
at the top.
can I dead this real quick? Real quick,
Mhm.
because there's a show that used to be called something. It's not called that no more. and we go into depth. Pin,
What, night court?
come on, brother. Come on, brother. Come on, brother.
I did not say.
Let's
Yo,
just move on. Let's just move on.
We
Put on the clip.
can't
Put on the clip.
dissect this no matter what. We
Put
can't
on the clip.
Pin, we are in the middle of an awards show right now. It's not even a finalist.
Let's
Don't
just move
invite
on.
crash outs
The next-
to your
the-
award
the-
show. They're not good hosts. Like I'm.
The next award that
please
we
mute
got,
your
or the
mic.
next take that I got is chill. Julius Randle over Wemby.
That was
Before the
horrible.
season
That's
started.
not as bad as like
Before the
the
That
was still
Draymond
bad, though.
Defensively, it's not good. It's not a good take, but
I said
The
the
two worst takes
SGA
are nominated.
and Ant are better defenders than Draymond Green.
Yes,
Just give me the award, Ron. Like, we ain't even got to go over no more. We
and
don't.
the fact that these aren't finalists,
Yeah, let's
Like,
see who the
run it.
finalists are, Ron.
Like,
because
run it.
they're
The
not
next-
going to be
I,
worse.
can't believe, I don't even remember I said
I'm
that.
gonna just run through these next ones real quick because we got to move on.
No
The
way
next
I
one
said
is
that.
chill with the John Stockton is a better ball handler than Chris
I'm-
Paul.
I'm still on that. I ain't getting
Chill.
off
Yeah,
that.
that one's not as bad as the
Yeah,
other
I'm not
ones.
getting off that.
I disagree.
Chill. John Stockton is or would be a top 3 player today.
That's
better than
bad.
Luka. Better than
That's
SGA.
bad. That's
Mhm.
bad.
The next one is we got a football take in here. Chill saying the Giants were right to sign and take care of Daniel Jones before Saquon Barkley.
Yes, I did say that.
Why is Chill not the biggest yapper if he has 8,000 takes on this list?
Mhm.
The next
he-
chill take is Franz is a big
He's just
man.
a short chucker.
You trying to give your award away?
I
The
thought Frank
next-
was a
I
big
might.
man.
Be gracious.
The
Jeez.
next chill take is
Franz
Tatum is
being a
better
big
in the
man.
mid range than SGA.
I did say
Oh
that.
my god!
The
Mhm.
next
You
chill
did say
take
that.
is Joe
Chill has to
can
win this
shoot
on
the long
volume.
ball.
I'm sorry.
He's not.
Chill
gonna
has to
this.
win this on pure volume.
Uh-uh.
I'm sorry.
Joe can shoot the long ball, and then the
He
last
never shot
one
any
is,
threes ever.
is Chill saying Charles Barkley is not only greater than Giannis but also better than Jokic.
And I said he was a better transition player than Giannis too. Hey, Ron, get me off the screen, Ron.
Wait. How did Wemby being a worse player than Julius Randle not make this list?
No, it did.
It
Well,
did.
it was,
You
it
missed
was a
it.
nominee. It was
You
a
didn't. Yeah,
nominee.
you missed it.
I was too busy yapping. My bad.
Yeah, it's just not a finalist. So the 4
was
finalists
wild.
are on the poll
I
right
said
now.
some wild stuff.
It's Pin
Yes.
saying that
I said
Chris
some wild
Bosh is
stuff.
closer to Nick Claxton than he is to Anthony Davis.
I said some wild
That's
stuff.
not bad.
Wow.
Chill saying that Barkley is better than Giannis and Jokic.
I gave some
Shit.
real logic on what was going on during that time. Though. I
You did.
I gave some
Shit.
legit logic on what was going on during that time.
Chill
But I did
also
say that he
saying
was a better transition player than Giannis, and I was wild as hell for that.
Mhm.
Chill also saying that John Stockton is ... which that's basically a culmination of all your John Stockton takes in one.
That's not fair.
That's
And then last but not least, Penn saying peak Kawhi is greater than peak Shaq.
Can I please ask a question?
No,
What's up?
no.
How did Weber over Jokic not make?
That's
it?
what I was going to
No,
ask.
I don't
Weber
know.
Weber
Where
over
is that?
Jokic not
That's
being here is
insane.
insane.
That's
But
nuts. Okay, sure.
I don't think these 4 are the worst take. Like I heard some of the worst takes ever in the nominees. I don't think we got the right.
Because I cooked. That's why I cooked. Let's keep moving. I'll keep moving. We're only on number 2. Let's keep moving.
I Penn threw me off my tracks. That's 100% in here. My bad. I'm sorry, everybody.
No,
That's
it's
the first
not.
one I
I'm
probably
looking at the
should read.
poll. It's not on the poll.
It's not on the poll. It's not a
let's keep
finalist, but it was a nominee.
These finalists are wrong in my opinion.
But all right, y'all, let's
Let's
go ahead
keep
and get
moving,
into
y'all.
it.
Let's keep going.
The worst take of the year goes to
It has to.
Chilltown saying John Stockton is insert whatever John Stockton take.
Mhm.
I don't think we need to apply a take to it. Chill had whatever you think the worst take of the year was. Chill had it. Like if it's the John Stockton one, I don't know. Bill Russell being a better offensive player than Hakeem might be the worst take I've ever heard.
I just don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying the SGA, but the Anthony Edwards and SGA being better defenders than Draymond Green. I can't believe I said that. I want to know what the conversation was about for me to say that.
Chill, but you even said that the way that the Wolves are going to
Defensive
structure their offense around Julius Randle, when we're arguing Julius Randle, was that they're gonna feature him in transition as doing the pop-up mid-range shot. Like that's gonna be a heavy
Stop
feature
and
of the
pop.
transition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stop
and
and
I was
pop.
just
Yeah.
but that was disseminated into the Victor Wembanyama stuff though. Like so like there are levels to the takes that when you stand on them that like, but that's what makes you though, Chill. Because when you're right, you're right.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
But
bad
when you're
takes.
wrong,
Let's make sure I was just gonna say that too, Ron. Like I've had
Cleveland,
Yeah, you've had some.
the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Houston Rockets,
I've
the
had some
Evan
sleepers.
Mobley.
But I've also knocked down some 22-footers.
You have,
in the
half
meat and
court.
potatoes in the game. Yes, I
Hey,
have.
hey,
Yeah,
Chill,
I think you win this on sheer shot volume. Like
yes.
your field goal percentage. you've taken.
I'm at like 41 or 42%. I'm at like 33.
You're the Trae Young of PC. That's for sure.
I'm at like 34% at the long ball line.
The volume is what gets you this one for me.
I hit big shots.
You did hit some big shots.
I hit big
for sure.
shots.
If that was best takes, you might be up there too. Like,
what's worse?
You got that Jalen Green consistency, is there?
What's worse? Chill saying John Stockton is, or me saying Scotty Barnes is. ...
Scotty Barnes better than LeBron as well. Scotty Barnes better than LeBron.
I feel like I've been worse with Scotty than Chill has been with John. So I
think I'm just evading because a lot of my stuff is just more than a year ago. Like Jalen Green being better than Michael Jordan was just more than a year.
People don't believe you when you say that, just like when they don't believe Oxford.
It's still something I said.
But Chris Webber said of the Chris Webber Jokic thing, he might believe that. Nobody else believes it, so therefore they're not even they don't entertain those as bad takes.
That's because y'all didn't watch basketball until 2011, so you don't know how good because you don't know how good Chris Webber was.
I got a question.
We got to move on, but I'm gonna let Jordan jump in here though, right quick. What's good, Jordan?
What's up?
Ken, I got a question. Are you ready to get heartbroken?
Why?
Scotty Nicks. All of your guys. Scotty Nicks.
Bobby Webster's still there.
All of you, whatever. Hey, they didn't draft your draft picks. They didn't draft who you wanted to get. They got rid of Missouri, whatever his name, Masai, whatever. Missouri, whatever the hell his name is. But Scotty Nicks.
Well, you know what? I'm covering the Spurs next year.
So you gonna be a Spurs fan?
No, Raptors too. Raptors.
I see what's going on here.
Yeah,
but so we got to move on to the next category though, and the next category is guest of the year. We had a lot of good guests this year. Just to run a couple off, guest of the year, we had my man Jay from Fuck Is You Talk About podcast, Dion from Ohio, Gilbert Arenas, Joel from Pick a Side, Austin Day, Quinn Cook, Nerd Sesh, Pat Beverly. But
so Playback counts as well.
Yeah, I'm about to say Pat came on the show.
Yeah, I was.
We was on Playback.
It was Playback.
We was on Playback.
But the top 3 finalists are Nerd Sesh, Jay from Fuck You Talking About, and Dion from Ohio. That's the name of his podcast. Fuck Is You Talking
Who?
About?
The Nick dude.
Not Jay from Stoner Sports.
Yo, Jay's awesome.
Yeah.
Jay's a really good.
No Austin Day. Damn.
No Jay from Stoner Sports? Are you crazy? I'm about to tell Jay. I gotta tell Jay make a video about Ron with his crazy ass commentary.
I didn't come up with the list.
The winner is
of those 3, I think it's gonna be Nerd Sesh, but I think Austin Day goes.
Nerd Sesh. The ones
of those 3.
You talking about
did I win worst take, Ron?
Yeah, you got it.
I want to make sure.
Sure. Look at the bottom banner. It'll tell you who wins it once we change it. But yeah, you won worst take for the John Stockton.
Swiper. Dre. The one that stole my whole flow.
Soldier Boy really believe that shit too.
Y'all, the top 3 nominees for guest of the years: Nerd Sesh, Dion from Ohio, and Jay. And the chat is voting right now. A lot of you guys are running away with Nerd Sesh, but the winner of guest of the year is.
Bro, who picked the picture?
Bro, I could have picked this from a mile away. You in charge, right?
Bro?
Oh, you crazy.
Shout out to Dion from Ohio, man.
Congratulations. How old is Dion from Ohio? Because when he got hair, he looked like he 21. But right there, he looked like in between 38 and 48. Right there. Bro, who picked that picture, bro? Did they edit that? Because there's no way he looked that young some days and then he just looked like he just had a pack of Newport shorts just now.
Shout out to Dion from a deep PCL run to coming on the panel and cooking to being
Dion
in the
does
chat
have the best mic of all time. Like that holds weight. Dion has the best mic of all time.
Shout out
this
to
shit
the
is rigged. Shout out to Dion.
This
Shout
shit
out
is
to
rigged.
the dominant one, man.
Wasn't my pick.
Every comment I read said Nerd Sesh. And then you do this. All right.
Those was all your burners, man.
My burners. Also, I would have voted for Jay.
Also,
Jay got my vote.
Also, I was gonna say I be trolling with the Nerd Sesh now. I don't have no problem with them guys, man. I just be messing with y'all. You know, I never met him either. I only met him during the battle, so I never met him before then. I just wanted to say that because I be just trolling, messing with y'all. but I don't have no problem with Nurse Ish.
Shout out to Nurse Sesh. Maybe they need to get some new
Shout out to
mics
Nurse Ish.
so they could be guests of the
Love
year
Nurse.
next year with the
Love
dominant
Shout out
one.
nurses.
Love
But
that.
all right, y'all. The next category that we got is a chat award, and it is the Iron Man Chat Member of the Year. Essentially, this is who pulls up to the panel early, leaves comments, and it'll be there all episode chatting. Who will be on Chill with Chill chatting? Who was on From the Logo chatting? Who's on the Playback streams chatting? Who's just everywhere, always in the chat? And it's a couple people that I want to shout out. Let me give a shout out to Cowboy Bob. Let me give a shout out to Tay Luke 777.
Yep.
Let me give a shout out to Arch.
Yep.
A shout out to Alan L.
Yep.
Shout out to One Buddy, need I say? Shout out to DSG Piccolo.
Yep.
Shout out to Dookie Baylocks. And shout out to Mo.
Drink more
But-
water. Shout out to drink more water.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Drink More Water, too.
Drink more water. Shout out lunch, y'all.
But these are the finalists.
Don't
for
shout out
Iron Man
Matthew
Chat.
Burke. He racist.
Shout out Almighty Scambo.
Matthew Burke is racist, so don't shout him. Don't shout him out.
The finalists is Tay Luke, Alan L, Duke Baylocks, and Mo.
No, Duke
but-
ducks when Kawhi plays well, so Duke can't
What
win.
about
'Cause
Frank?
when Kawhi plays well, Duke is
Does Duke
Oh,
go
shout out
Mr.
Frank
Mars?
C, for
Can we
real.
find him?
Hey,
Yeah,
Frank, shout out to you.
when Kawhi hooping, Duke ain't here, so he don't be showing up.
When
Mo
we get
was
that 10 for
here after
13
James
game,
Harden's game 7. Mo was here after James Harden's game 7, so he gets extra credit for that. I feel like guys like
It
Multi
took Mo
Kenny and Bell would be
episode
snubbed.
to show up.
Multi-Kenny, definitely.
I feel
Hey,
like
nobody-
I feel like Multi Kenny, Bell, like the Hall of Famers who are still here every day.
Yes.
I
Hey,
think they
yo,
deserve some credit.
what happened to Frank? He's
Shout out to
there.
Frank.
He's there in everything y'all do. Every
Yes.
comment
There's
section.
no way.
Frank is
Okay,
there.
okay.
Frank is
He
there.
be
Okay.
supporting. He
I
be
feel like-
supporting my
I
streams
feel
too.
like a sneaky one that we may not want to hear. Buddy be overcoming adversity to get into this
Exactly.
chat. Buddy be getting
Exactly.
still be coming back.
Uh-uh.
Buddy be going to jail. Buddy be
Nah.
going to jail. Rehab.
Cut that shit out.
Buddy go to jail.
Like, we looking at guys.
Halfway house, Jordan.
Hey, Ron, get him
No,
out
I'm
of here,
saying-
bro.
Being able to
I'm
get
saying-
banned and still coming back.
Matter of
It's a
fact, chill.
conspiracy.
I'm gonna say,
Chill.
chill. You don't appreciate Buddy
conspiracy.
enough, honestly. Chill. That's actually a
Facts.
fact. Chill. You need
Nah,
to apologize to Buddy. He's your
Whoa,
everyday
whoa,
for
Sniper,
you.
relax.
For
Okay,
you.
I'm saying
Fucking
that.
apology.
I'm just
Buddy
saying,
haven't
like,
missed
if we
a
gonna
day
talk
in the
about
chat in a
overcoming
year.
adversity to be here, Buddy
You
is
got-
in
nah.
no matter what.
Bro,
Mars
Buddy
got
perfect attendance.
Mars got a good point though, because every view counts. No matter if you trolling or what you're doing, those views count. The comments count.
Bro,
the chat
Buddy
count.
got perfect
And
attendance,
Buddy,
bro.
and Buddy for sure be in there typing, doing his thing. He's been kicked out and come back. Really surviving adversity, Mars. You not lying.
I
haven't seen
Buddy-
any
Buddy
of
like
his
a-
comments
you
in a
been-
year because
you-
I
you
blocked
been-
his
you been-
ass.
If you ban me that many times, kick me out, I ain't coming back. Buddy,
Nah, at
show
some
up.
point,
Yeah,
Bro,
Buddy-
he got perfect attendance. He
Like,
probably
He
had to
got
miss the
zero
chat day.
self-respect.
Hey, look,
That's
Buddy
what it
like
is.
an incurable
Self-respect.
virus. He might not want to show up, but he gonna show up.
It's
He
easy,
gonna
I
be
have
there.
never
it's
Is
easy
he
to
COVID?
be here.
And the
Yeah,
cure
what's the
virus
purpose?
is crazy. Swiper, that's crazy. That sounds like
Hey,
that sound like
hey,
the
hold on. Hey,
package.
Jordan, it might go away for a little bit, but I'll be back.
That sounds like the
Sniper,
package.
did you
It's
just
another
call Bo
wave?
herpes?
It's another outbreak. Oh shit!
Yeah, hey,
But of
hey,
those nominees, I've got
The numbers
Mo or
going
Tay.
up?
Of those nominees,
hey,
I've got
hey,
Mo.
I want to say this.
You got who?
Buddy
You
got
got
perfect
Mo and Tay?
attendance.
Mo and Tay would be my
A
two picks.
virus?
Okay.
Buddy got perfect attendance. He haven't missed a chat day since I know I've been on the panel. He ain't missed one day, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He ain't missed one day, and he willing to go through it. He willing to go through do loops of hell, jail. She probably showed chill. He showed up to your lives too on TikTok.
No, but he
You
watches.
ever think to yourself
Oh,
how many
man.
No, he
people are
doesn't.
not in our chat because of that?
I don't
dude?
know. I know for a
You know how many
fact he
people are
watches.
sick of that
I know
dude.
that.
You know how many people
Yeah,
I
he's
thought
showing
to
up
that be
to
like,
your
I would
chat.
love. You know
All
how
right,
many
y'all.
people-
I gotta announce the winner, y'all. I gotta announce the winner. Buddy's just a nominee. He's not even a finalist, y'all.
That's
We
crazy.
got You're not showing up
It's
to
a
the
conspiracy.
We got Alan L, Duke Baylocks, Mo, and Tay Luke. Shout out
Mo.
Otis.
Mo and Tay, yeah. Mo and Tay, that's my
Say it's Mo.
Of these four, the winner is Alan
Okay.
I get he is in the Telegram chat too. I don't know if that plays into it, but he is in
I ain't
Maybe
in the
that is
Telegram
what put
chat,
him
so
over
I
the
don't know.
top. Shout out to Telegram group chat. If you're not
Any
in
of these
it,
winners
this
would have
might
been
be a good
deserved.
time to
They're
join
here
it.
every
It's
day.
pinned at the top of the chat.
No,
But
except Juice.
Shout out Alan Neal, man. That's my dude.
he
If
on
Alan-
University too.
I'm gonna be honest. If he's not in the chat right now to claim his awards, it don't count. You have to actually be here to claim the award. You're the Iron Man chat member. You're not here on the day that you get announced. The Iron Man chat member. Nah, that's fraudulent.
You know who's
If
here?
I don't
Frank.
see his name,
Alan, you not in the house?
Tay Luke's in here.
Alan, I
If he's
swear to
not
God,
here, how
I
can he
was
get the award?
I was
Frank,
shooting
He's not
Frank
your
here
is
to
here.
award.
take the award.
Hey, look, hey y'all, Alan L, if you got his number, call him, text him, whatever. If Alan L is not here in 2 minutes, the award goes to Buddy.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry, you gonna be here.
For somebody
You
that
gonna
wasn't
be
even
here.
nominated, for somebody that wasn't even nominated to the end, to the finals, that's crazy.
Yeah,
What
you
about
get
the people that
promoted.
came to see?
I'm reading this chat.
Who is Buddy? Pamela Harris?
Oh my God, Ox, that's crazy.
I'm not
That's
even gonna
crazy.
comment on
Ox.
that because
Ox, that is crazy. Ox. We done been through a lot. Ox, we done been through a lot, bro. We don't gotta go through this. That's because you know what's so crazy is that came out of left field too. That came out of left field.
But he was holding it. He was holding it for a little
he
bit.
been holding. It sounded like he been holding it for a couple of weeks. Like that came out
Nah,
of
that,
left field.
nah,
Ox,
that
you
was
got a
just-
hat on
that
too?
was- No, that was. I'm just saying she ain't getting nominated. I'm just saying like that was a good one.
That was a good one. It was a
laugh
good.
it up.
It's a good one. It's a good one. I'm just saying though, we done been through a lot. We done been through a lot.
all right, y'all. Next up, we got panelists of the year.
Swiper, that was funny, bro. Come on.
First, I thought you said Pamela. I thought you said Pamela. I thought you said Pamela Anderson. And then he said something. I was like, I got you.
Shout out Pamela.
Swiper gonna get you for that. Swiper
I ain't gonna
resides
get
in
nothing.
Atlanta.
No, someone gonna check your.
So
hard
Who is the
drive.
panelist of the year, Ron? That's a
Someone
good
gonna
ass
check
question.
Your hard drive, Swiper.
Who is the panelist of the year? That's a good ass question.
Now, y'all, it's two different awards. We have the panelist of the year, and we have the panel MVP. Now, it's two different things. I know it sounds like it'd be the same, but it's not. The
I'll take
panelist
it.
of the year is who had the best run over the 2025 NBA season, including last summer. Who's just been on one? Best takes, cooking people, most entertaining, all of that.
Oh,
I gotta be here.
Everything.
All my
it's me.
takes come true
I
over
won
time.
2
You out your
PCLs.
mind.
It's me.
Every-
All
You
my
see that
takes
too?
came true
It's
over
me.
time.
It's me. If I don't win this, it's
You quit?
rigged. It's
You quit?
me.
All Mars.
All
All
right,
my
and then-
takes
and
come
then-
true over time.
And then the panel MVP is who's
Dennis
the
Schroeder's not
most
better than White.
valuable to the panel. You know,
Y'all
like the whole
y'all
Gort
so
thing.
thirsty for these awards. Come
Like,
on.
like
It's
essentially,
me.
y'all relax right
I
quick.
know this is me.
Like
Relax.
essentially, if you get removed off the panel, the episode just all of a sudden gets worse.
That's me for sure. then.
Or if you were
That's
to
the
not
MVP.
be on the panel, the show just wouldn't be the same as.
That's me for sure.
It's
Easy.
Are you that's the MVP, right?
That's
No,
the
this
MVP,
is-
yeah.
Oh, that's
This is-
chill.
This is
Panelist,
Mars.
Hey,
of the year is who just had the best.
That's
run.
chill. Chill's the
Ron,
MVP.
if I win one of those awards, I will go in the gym right now, turn my camera around, and shoot a jump shot in front of the whole chat. I'm
Who
just
wanna
letting
see
you.
you
Nobody
bet
want to
the
see
bad
that broke
You
ass
tryna
jump
bribe
shot.
the judges?
Just
gotta
letting you
bribe the
know. If I
judges?
win, I will go in there and do that.
All right, y'all. Well, here are the finalists for panelists of the year.
There's no way this ain't me.
We got Big Ox. Keep going, Ox. We got Swipovich.
But hell no.
And we got Mars Blackman.
Oh man.
Panelist of the year.
Oh,
It has
man.
to be.
Come on, man.
It
Damn.
has
I think it was minimum attempts. I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough days, so that's what it was.
Ain't no, you
I'm
don't
just
win
taking
2
it.
PCLs
You
in
didn't-
this
you
year,
didn't
and
make
then
the-
not
you didn't
win.
make the cutoff,
There's
Jordan.
no
Like
way.
you ain't make the
Yeah,
65 game cutoff.
I ain't hit the 65 game cutoff. So that's what it was.
That's fine.
Still balling though.
You
Still
should have
balling.
been.
Yeah, I drove the beat this season. I was just getting ready for the playoff. Like I had my run during the PCL, tournament. So that's what it was. I was load management.
Now, Mars, I could see you for panel MVP, but panelists of the year, Mars, I don't know.
I don't
I can
understand
see
the
me for
difference.
panelist of the year, not panel MVP. Now, if I'm not here, I think stuff is
It's-
swimming. But
What you mean you can't understand? It's regular season MVP and then there's conference finals MVP. That's how it goes.
panelist of the, I'm sorry, if it's based on what you did over the year, I've won both the PCLs. Like at some point,
Yeah, that's the in-season tournament though. That don't count. All right.
Yeah,
So we're
it's
talking about
in-season tournament. Yeah,
we're
for
talking
sure.
about the actual
Hey, so that's
actual
in-season
regular
tournament
season.
MVP and All-Star Game MVP?
Exactly.
You're Kawhi. You're Kawhi. You are absolutely Kawhi of the panel. Okay.
better than PCL.
There's some times when you are engaged and it's like, damn, we look unbeatable. there'd be some times where you be load managing a lot.
Oh damn, Marshall,
For sure. No, I for sure load manage.
You
That's
have
why I'm
entire
on the MVP. That's why I'm
you
on
have
the MVP.
entire 2-hour segments where you won't say a word, and then you go on this 1-hour tour of Kevin Durant's entire career, and we're all left.
That's why
wow,
I'm on the MVP.
what a ball knower!
MVP is about like overall value. Like I can understand. I take too many days off, too many possessions off. Yeah, I'm not the MVP. But who's the best?
Those views do hit. Like
It's
the views definitely go down a little bit when Mars not here.
It's me.
That's because I'm not there. If Mars not there and I'm not there, then of course.
Well, if we're doing sales like Drake, who's the Drake of PC is chill.
That's why he's the MVP to me.
Yeah, but Drake, no. Views is different than best though, because Kendrick is the best. Drake sells more. Drake sells more than everybody else.
Who's Kendrick?
Allegedly.
Who's Kendrick up here?
Me.
No, me. Okay, me and Jordan. Kendrick.
We
just say anything,
who won?
right?
Yeah, let's just keep going because we got.
All right. Also, I do want to say runner-up for Iron Man Chat Award was Mo. So shout out to Mo. You were
Mo's the de facto winner because I don't know. I ain't claim his trophy.
All right. Well, as for panelists of the year, coming in third.
You ain't do this for no other awards.
Well, I've been meaning to. That's probably why it's not a host of the year award.
Trash, Mars. He is
but
fucking awful.
Third, sorry, Big Ox. You took bronze this year.
Damn, I feel like being here like damn near every day. Like that has to hold more weight than someone who's only here for like 3 days a week.
And
how the hell Swiper get on now?
I'm not gonna announce who's second. I'm just gonna let Cheerio cue up the banner, and then we'll know who's second.
I mean, you got to post more workout videos so people can.
What? Swipervich?
That's insane.
No.
That's insane.
Swiper, add that to your Twitter bio. I am panelist of the year 2025.
Yeah, I'm about to just leave the show because that's insane.
It's a per minute award. And per minute,
I do more minutes per week. I do more minutes.
No. It's good. I got the highest EPM, highest net rating, highest box plus minus. Hey, highest board. Hey, my win share per 48 is the best of all time. Broke Kareem's record.
How the hell do you have the highest VORP when you be shooting blanks all the time? Number one, and number two, you shooting blanks.
Swiper got the best 100% of podcast history. If there's
Mars is here more. How do you have a higher VORP? You have a higher VORP than a guy who's here almost every single day. How the hell do you have a higher VORP?
I don't think Swiper should have to explain why he won the award. He should just accept his award. We should be gentlemen. We should be gentlemen and allow Swiper to accept his award.
Congratulations.
And I'll say it just like this: the same thing that I won the Yapper of the Year. Panda probably would help if you yap more. You can be up for panelists of the year. So, that's the way it works.
Please don't yap more.
I'm good.
Never mind. Damn that. Don't let him accept this thing. Move on, Ron.
Swiper got the best mic gain of the century. That's one of the categories that he got with his podcast. I got the best mic. Does anybody else have the better mic gain of the century? Anybody else does that?
Dion.
Nah, he don't got no gain. His shit got a lot of reverb in that motherfucker.
Real talk got a strong mic too.
No, that's reverb. That's all that echo and shit in the back. Gifted sound like your. I mean, real talk sound like your conscience talking to you.
Well, shout out to Swiper. He's taking home panelist of the year this year.
What have you done today?
I'm very gracious. I'll hold that next to the Yapper.
We gonna move next into my favorite award. Couldn't wait to get here. Beef of the year, y'all. This is the panel. We do a lot of back and forth, debating, arguing, fighting, clawing, scratching, all of that good stuff. And well, it's been a lot that happened this last year. Let me refresh you guys' memories from all the beefs that got nominated, and then I will give you guys the top 4 nominees. Mm-hmm. So what got votes was Ron versus Common Sense.
That wins.
What?
Penn versus not being emotional. Ox versus basketball. Swiper versus Chill, anything Tatum related. Penn versus non-advanced stats. Mike the Champ versus Chill. Low versus Penn. Penn versus Ox.
Damn,
Penn versus Real Talk. Penn versus Swiper. Penn versus Gifted. Penn versus Hayes.
God damn.
Penn versus everyone.
I ain't never had a beef with Penn.
That's true.
Chill versus One Booty. That was the nominee. I'm just reading what it is. Chill versus One Booty.
There's too many nominees, Ron.
Chill versus Chat. No, these are just votes. These got votes. The top 4 nominees happen to be Ron versus Superchats, Chill versus Chat, Penn versus Swiper, and Penn versus everyone.
I'm thinking it's interesting that there's not a Ron versus Chill, because you know we boxing when I see you, Ron. I just want to make sure we clear on that. It's on as soon as I see you. I want to make sure, Ox, that we know that. It's on when I see you. Straight, like we ain't wasting no time. So why is that not a nominee? I don't know why that's not in there. But anyway, go ahead.
What do you guys think? Who you guys got?
It should be me versus everyone. I get it. Yep. It's me versus everybody. I'm not cut out for society.
Damn, not cut
I
out
don't know.
for
I don't
society.
know.
It's kinda
I don't think that's the solve
so.
there. Yeah.
I think the one might be Chill. Ron, I think it's definitely either Chill versus Chat or you versus Super Chats. I think those are the only two that really are close in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Ron gets talked to about like, hey, we need to get through these Super Chats every day, and it ended the show.
Yeah, the other stuff like the Penn versus everybody, it's a little forced at times, and so it's just kind of like,
who's forcing it?
I mean,
it's kind of old, kind of petty.
You and
him kind of had a good one. I would say that.
He's literally about to start something right then and there. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like
You keep yapping, I just might. Shit.
I think
if you keep yapping, you might get. Never mind. Let me not say that.
See what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's a lot of this. I think
about to have another one.
I think
exactly.
and also because like it's the Chill versus Chat is organic and it's been happening for years. Ron in Super Chats, Ron has like, I don't know. It just seems like I don't think he sees the Super Chats until 30 minutes before the show goes off. It's kind of like it's a real beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Really, to keep it a buck, I really don't fuck with them Super Chats. But y'all, we got to get on to the winner of this award. Speaking of which,
Ron, I don't fuck with who you don't fuck with, Ron. So.
Amongst all this beef that's going on, I do got to read this $100 Super Chat, even though I don't want to, from Arch Burner. We got a new one. Shout out at Arch Burner. Arch Burner sent through $100 and said, Mars is the MVP. Swiper is panelist of the year.
Can we explain the difference again, please?
It ain't.
So, Swiper, this is the best way I could put it for you. Who's the most valuable to their team if you were to take them off their team in the NBA? If you took them off the team, who would get the worst? Who's the most valuable to their team? Okay. That's essentially what the MVP is. Panelist of the year is who had the best numbers, who ran it up the most.
Oh, okay.
Ron, why are you interrupting my award to explain his award? I don't care about that shit. I think me and you might have a beef right now.
Ben trying to make this his bag is so.
I told you, Ron was
so tired.
I was replying to yesterday.
Yeah,
just forced. I'm telling. Like I said, it's just forced. Like how you talk about war and you ain't no threat. You know what I'm saying? Just forced. You know what I mean? Keep going, Ron. Please.
All right, y'all. Well, beef of the year. The winner is.
There's no way Penn don't win. Shit.
Wow.
Chill. You in the chat.
I'm gonna be honest. If you guys need any more evidence, the accolades don't matter.
This is crazy. Okay, cool. I'm happy.
Chill. You in the chat. The beef is still at the top of the list.
Interesting.
Is there anybody in the chat that want to shout out?
I mean,
if that's the case, then Chill has to win Crash Out. He has to.
Maybe I could just break my mic right now and sweep that award.
That'll be forced, right?
That would be forced.
Yeah, accolades don't mean that, man. Accolades
they say even most obnoxious for me. I guarantee you that.
I forgot about that one.
All right, y'all. Moving along, the next award that we have is the chat MVP. Who's the MVP of the chat, y'all? Who is the most valuable chatter? Now, I got a couple nominees as well. Obviously, we got Multi Kenny. We obviously got Cheese. We got Drink More Water. Shout out Leaf Diggy. He made the list. Leaf Diggy. Cowboy Bob.
The Brim Reaper.
Shout out to Brim Reaper.
I
Arch,
think
you already know Arch is in here.
The
Drink
Rim
more
Reaper
water
would be
as well.
crazy. Would be a crazy nickname. I ain't gonna lie.
What's up, Arch?
I think I'm gonna
That would be
like,
insane.
Arch be benefiting the panel, right, with the $100 super chats, but Cheese be benefiting the people.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never seen someone gift as many memberships as Cheese.
So Cheese is the
Of
Pope?
all the
Is
people
Cheese the
watching
Pope?
right now, maybe 200 of them are able to talk because of Cheese.
Man, you
That's
ain't lying, man.
value right there. Half of you
Yeah.
people in the chat saying
Shout
it's
out
someone not
Cheese,
named
man.
Cheese couldn't give you a vote if it weren't for Cheese. So for me, the MVP is Cheese. For me,
Shout out.
Well,
to
he
Arch.
just sent something through today too.
I'm fine with he just gifted.
Yeah.
So like,
But here's the thing, though.
but
Here's
I'm
the
fine
thing.
with Arch winning it. I'm fine with Arch winning it, but I feel
Cheese
like
sent through 10. Arch said, "You know what, Cheese? Hold my beer."
well, never mind.
Arch came through and
Never
sent
mind.
through
Never
50.
mind. Arch, my
A
fault.
50 piece.
My fault.
Stop
my
playing
fault,
with
my
me.
fault, my fault.
But y'all, go vote
But
on the
maybe
poll.
Cheese just don't have the same level of cheese that Arch got. Like
Mm.
if Arch has the capability to give 1,000 memberships and he only gives 50, but Cheese has the ability to give 20 memberships and he gives 10. Like
I see what you're saying.
statistically,
I see what you're saying. Well, the
I
fourth
don't know.
finalist
All I'm
happens
saying
to be
is,
Cowboy
Arch,
Bob.
if I'm being honest with you, Arch, my Gmail is drenchmansports@gmail.com. PayPal works. I take all my super chats private messaging. That's what we doing.
Hold on. Hey, Cheese said take this beer back. Cheese said take this beer back.
I
ain't
got
heard
cheese.
shit.
I got cheese. I got cheese. I got cheese.
Cheese gifted 50 Players' Choice memberships. Shout out to Cheese. The four finalists right now is Cowboy Bob, Drink More Water, Arch, Bunker Diddy, or whatever Arch it is, and Cheese. All right, y'all. Well, let's go ahead and get on with it.
I feel like Cheese is making a strong case.
This is a tough one, y'all. I think this is the toughest one between Arch and Cheese.
Arch spun the block.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Well, here's the thing, y'all.
Arch just got some.
That's
Votes are already in, all right.
The votes are in.
Yeah, but now the people benefiting. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they just flexing right now, letting the chat really know who the MVP is. But as of right now, go ahead and cue that up, Cheerio. Who is the chat MVP?
It's Arch.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Shout out,
Well
Bam
deserved,
Bio,
well deserved, well deserved,
Joel
well deserved.
Embiid, Tobias Harris, whichever one we decided you were, man.
Who was
we
second?
really appreciate it.
Bam.
It was Cheese.
Cheese, you put up a good fight, man. But there's only so much you can do. Like
That's dope.
when Arch on a max contract, like
Facts.
there's not much you can do. You can't really compete.
What if it's
Third-
Bradley Beal this whole time? Shout out to
Third
the
was
dog,
Drink
man.
More Water, and then shout
What
out
if it's
Cowboy Bob.
Jokic?
Coming forward.
You ever think of that? What if your
not-
favorite player
he's
is
never
just
heard the
sitting
show.
there in Serbia,
He's
just
never
watching
heard
the
of the show.
panel, being like, "Ah, if they only knew how much I actually cared about hoops."
He's
Maybe
never heard of the
Cheese.
show.
Maybe Cheese is Jokic.
Oh, the 15.
Ken, I think that I think that you understate how many people really watch us in terms of pros. Like I think there's a lot more.
I know
people
that. I know that. I've talked to a player who's like, I can't believe you on the panel. I was
Hey,
like,
look,
you watch
hey, Arch,
the
hey,
panel?
put Arch's $100 up, Ron. What'd he say?
Arch Burners said everybody want to do what I will.
Everybody
do.
want to know. Yeah, everybody want to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
You made a typo, Arch. You might have to send another super chat to correct it. You made a typo.
You know,
Arch,
the
hey,
ultimate-
hold on.
ultimate
Hey,
flex is
Arch, if
making
I
a
got it
typo
right,
on $100 super chat.
if I got
That's
the
a flex,
reread
a
right,
flex.
send a $100 super chat talking about W Swiper. You got it right. Since if I got,
Hey, why don't y'all just go ahead and say link in bio?
Are we really?
That's what
Are we
I'm
really up
saying.
here?
I've been
begging?
trying to
That's
tell
what
Arch.
That's what we really up here doing. We really up here begging.
Hey,
It sound
hey,
wild.
Ox,
Hey.
Ox, I'm about to. Hey, boy, I got drenchmansports@gmail.com, or I can do it at drenchmansports@onlyfans.com.
This is pitiful, y'all.
It's
This
me and
this is
Jordan, man.
pitiful.
We on the same
This
page
is
now.
pitiful.
What
It's
we
definitely a
doing,
Houston
brother?
thing. Look, hey, real talk should be right where
Hey,
Peter
Arch.
is right now. It
hey,
should be.
if
It
you
should
go
be a
to
whole,
link in bio. This is what you gonna see. Link in bio. That's exactly what you gonna
Yo,
see.
look up, Jordan. Look up, Jordan.
That's awful.
Bro,
Link in bio. Shout
Why-
out Jordan.
why- why-
Frenchman,
why-
Frenchman.
Why y'all
Brother.
do that? Like that's so
Piper,
weird, bro.
I'm about to get the video of the year or video of the century. If you don't stop, I'm gonna go get the video of the century.
Don't play with him, man. Don't play with him. This is like Drake playing with Kendrick. He's telling you, don't play
brother,
with him.
I'm trying
Don't
to turn
play.
over. I'm trying to
everybody
turn
have to
over
queue up a new
leaf.
beef of the year.
Yeah, bro, because I got kids that's gonna come in here in a minute, and I can't be turned up on them. They're gonna be like, "Man, why you so hostile?" And I gotta
All right,
explain
y'all.
it's some dumb nugget named Swiper that keep messing with
Dumb
me.
Nugget is crazy. All right, so we got 6 more awards.
Love that.
I actually got to get
Jordan's
out of
my
here
man. I
in
love
like
it.
15 minutes. So we got to run through these
Jordan's
next awards.
definitely-
But the next one that we have is panel MVP. Now, obviously, we're all in contention for it, but these are the finalists for panel MVP. We got Mars. We got Chill. We got Big Ox. And somehow, some way,
You the host, so you like kind of make it by default. I think it's Chill.
I guess.
I think it's Chill. Chill misses the least time of all of us. The only time he's missed is when he went to go do something for House of Highlights. So that just shows the value right
Mars.
Like,
Damn,
so-
Mars.
there. I think it's Chill. And
Why
then
you think that, though?
anytime PC go anywhere, Chill the famous one. Chill. Like it's Chill. Chill's the MVP. Like I think it's easily Chill.
But who be clip farming the most?
Clip farming, that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's wrong. Ron be saying stuff just to get clips. That's
Hey,
wrong.
so-
Who was
T-Pain.
who was it that day that said, "Hold on, JD clip"? Who was it that day who said that?
Swiper.
Probably
That was Swiper that said that. Hold on, JD clip
Yeah.
this and then said something.
That was Swiper.
I think I said it.
It was
Swiper
someone.
said
Yeah,
it too.
it was someone. I can't remember that.
I don't know. It was one of
But
y'all.
yeah,
It wasn't
I got
Jackson.
Chill. I think it's Chill.
I got you, Morris. I think you didn't win panelist of the year, so you can come and clean up panel MVP.
Then I just feel like
Y'all really wasted
like-
panelist of the year.
Shout out to
Chill.
Could have split it.
And Arch feels the same way. Once again, he said Mars is MVP, swipe a panelist of the year.
So the NBA player in here knows ball. Penn knows nothing, obviously. So who actually won the award? Let's find out.
Drum roll, let's cue up panel MVP 2025. It is, in fact, Chilltown Hoop.
Makes sense.
Oh, it's wrong.
This is
Makes
like
sense.
that moonlight thing, right? All right, great. What?
Accolades mean nothing. Like I'm
Ron.
sorry.
It's Ron. Ron's the
Yeah,
panel MVP.
Nah, we good
I
on
did
that.
it.
Yes,
We good on that.
Congratulations,
I
Ron.
did it.
Congratulations, Ron.
Yo, we made it, y'all.
Yeah, we need a union to fight.
Oh,
against
I don't
this
know.
shit.
Made
We
it.
made
I
it.
don't know. He did it 25 minutes after his award, but he said,
Hey, Alan L, we made it. We did it, Alan L. Today, me and you two, Arch, we made it happen, man.
Ron won, Dion won, rigged.
I want to
rigged.
shout out.
I wanna
to
recount.
Tim
Phil, I
Ryan.
think you was
I
wrong,
wanna
man. Phil, I
recount.
think you was wrong.
Hey.
I think you was wrong.
I just want to know, y'all, why y'all have me show up on to award show that ain't gonna never win shit? What kind of shit is this?
You might win Rookie of the Year.
Anything
Chill.
is possible.
Chill out.
Hey, y'all got me showing us like me showing up to a funeral with nobody. What the hell am I going for?
Well,
Oh.
Jordan, it's funny you did mention that because next up we have an award that you actually are a nominee for.
All right, cool. I'm not gonna be selfish now.
Rookie of the Year.
Energy
And
totally
I do
changed.
pride myself on playing all
How the
of
hell I'm gonna be a
That's what I'm
30-year-old
saying.
rookie?
Like at some point, vote has to mean something,
I do
and
pride
that's a
myself.
cumulative awards. And Chill's got the highest vote by far because he
Bruh.
won his games.
I do pride myself on playing all 82.
Bro, how the hell I'm gonna be a 30-year-old rookie? I'm goddamn how many high kids in this motherfucker? Goddamn.
Pablo Prigioni. You Pablo Prigioni.
Goddamn. The hell going on? I'm gonna, what's his
Yukon
name?
Maker.
Funku? Come
I think
Goddamn.
this a tough. Jordan, John D, real talk.
Hey, John D and Real Talk ain't in my competition. Let's stop that. Let's stop
Are
this
they
right
not?
now.
Are they not?
Let's stop this right
Let's
now.
go ahead. Let's go ahead and run the polls.
I'm winning something. I'm leaving here with something.
Jordan,
what
Real
that shit
Talk,
say? I'm
John
leaving
D.
here with something. I'm leaving here with something. That's all I'm saying. And by the way, I might need to take the second place as the second most famous after Chill. That's all I'm saying.
Second most famous.
Yeah, I'm the second most famous. It got to be. Kids come up to me and ask me, "Do I know Chilltown hoops?" That shit count for something. That shit count for something. That's all I'm saying.
They do not do that, Jordan. No, they
Hey,
don't.
I had a kid say, "You know Chill?" Hell no, I don't know him. Who the hell is that?
Yo,
Jordan, I was in a bar in Northern California, in just a random bar in Northern California, taking shots of tequila with my little cousin. And somebody came up talking about, Oh, you know. Remember when he did you have no idea how good Tim Duncan was. I'm talking about these kids was doing this shit in the bar.
Yeah, like, bro, what the hell that got to do with me? That's chill. I don't know. I just say I don't know no more shit. Y'all ain't gonna embarrass me like that. Like, what the hell? How you gonna come up to me and ask me, do I know chill? But it is somebody that I saw. No, I ain't gonna say where we was at. He came up to me. He asked me. That's like 3 people actually. They asked me, was I such and such? I give it to them. So I'm shouting out them. I forget their name, but I shout out y'all. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Shout out to them if you know who he's
Shout out
talking
to
about.
them. Yeah,
But
I seen one at a game and I seen one at a restaurant. So 2 at a game, 1 at a restaurant. So shout out to them.
Rookie of the year is between John D, Real Talk, and Jordan. As of right now, we running the polls. Jordan, you are winning the poll with 43%. John D got 37. Real Talk got 20. So here's what we're gonna do, y'all. I'm going to tell you guys who came in third and why they came in third. And then
it's Fleece Friday.
Who's the 2? Real Talk, my man. Unfortunately, due to you not playing a 65 game limit, you're in third place. But the thing about it, Real Talk, is your number and your tape was better than him too. You just didn't
second in the PCL and he's third in rookie of the year.
The hell?
He's not a real rookie though.
MVP
in season tournament.
He's not a real rookie though, because he's been on open gym for years. He's not a real rookie.
Oh, so he got a chance to.
Yeah, he been on BC. He been on BC. He not.
I ain't never been on open gym a day in my life.
Well, all right, y'all. Rookie of the year. This is who it is. Drum roll. Cue it up.
Now you're not even looking at the screen when he got his award. Look at me, you're a fraud.
I'm recording it, boy. I gotta show this to my mama. What's wrong with you? Yeah, thank you so much. I came to a award show. I had to win something. That's all I'm gonna say. I had to win something. Y'all not finna do me like that. Let me take a picture of this. Oh shit, shit about that. Let me take a picture of this right here. There we go. Appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate you guys. Let me see what the chat's saying. I ain't read the chat all day. Let me see what this.
Good work. Good work, Grant.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate it, Frank.
Yeah, it's between you and Real Talk.
Yeah, Quan. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate Cheese. I gotta say thank you to everybody. I'm the only panelist that did that. Appreciate it, Juice Man. Eastside.
Yeah, I also said it.
Be true. You ain't even say I don't know. Oh shit, buddy hating on me. Man, I'm gonna get out these comments. God damn, buddy.
Yeah, I think that's well deserved.
Appreciate it, Mark. Appreciate it, Mark.
Yeah, I think that's.
Hey, also shouting out to some more of the chat. Though. I think we forgot like Sauce Man being here too. Sauce be here. Sauce be in the on the playbacks. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them too.
Shout out to Sauce Man.
I be in the chat, man. I ain't got no love, bro.
All right,
facts, Mars. Hey, for real, me and Mars, we
be in the chat.
Y'all halftime panelists, halftime chatters.
Versatile.
But next up, we got the biggest crash.
This is true. This is true or pen.
The biggest crash out. Now, these are some people
sneaky me.
So the realest people on the panel are the biggest.
Yeah, it's true. It's true or pen, but I can sneak in there.
Well, you are a finalist between Chill.
Let this be the one I win. Okay.
Mars. Biggest crash out.
It's Chill or pen, but it could be me because when I don't have the volume that they have, but when I crash out,
Mars, you got that Luka Doncic 72-point game.
Yeah,
or really Kobe 81. Maybe with 100.
It get kind of
You crashed out 3 times in this episode. Have you not?
Has he?
Yeah, on take of the year, you were very upset.
It could
that
be
was a fake. That was a fake crash out.
How many times has Mars jumped on me? Oh, wait. Hold on.
Here comes another one.
Hold on.
The BOFF was crash out of the year.
Hold on.
No.
What?
But no. But it could be. More thinking about it.
Quiet. What? Are you serious?
It could be. It could be me.
I believe the BOFF was crash out of the year.
I crashed out on Mars a few times. I ain't gonna lie to you. But he don't never really crash out back. I think that's probably why I don't really cry.
Y'all
I just
need
be
to
crashing
start
out by myself.
meditating. Start meditating, man. Y'all be up here tripping.
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I got higher volume than I thought. Yeah, I got higher volume than I thought.
Meditation is underrated as hell.
The thing about it is,
you're probably right. I need some serious meditation. I'm telling you,
I still think it's chill. But I definitely see how I'm in the conversation.
Which crash out for chill?
Which crash out?
All of them.
Chill, the thing about it is, Chill has 4 different crash out platforms. He has on the panel, on any of us. He has in the chat, during the panel, while he's on the chat, or while he's on the panel debating with us, he'll be crashing out, typing in the chat. He also has playback, where he's a whole different animal.
That's Chill after dark.
He also has where he'll crash out on the chat, not in the chat, on the panel. So
yeah, Chill got crash out versatility.
But you know what? But you know what, Mars? You know what's funny about that is when he has a real host that takes care of business. Ain't no crashing out on Chill with Chill. You know what I'm saying? We just smooth show, just straight hoop talk. No crashing out. It's not necessary because we got somebody over there that's controlling the pace.
Well, it's because Buddy don't be in the Chill with Chill chat.
That's cap. I've seen him crash out. That dude who called in comparing Scotty Barnes to Magic Johnson. He like, get him out of here, yo, get him out of here.
He said Scotty Barnes was better than Scottie Pippen. That's what he said. And I almost
First of all, that's a worthy crash out. Second of all, that's not really a crash out. That's just addressing stupidity. There's a difference between crashing out and addressing stupidity. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, then I feel like I don't crash out.
That's fair.
Right, Mars. You know what I'm saying? Like a crash out is when you just lose your marbles and you can't think no more. You're just talking. You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. As of right now, Chill, you are running away with the poll with 52% of it. Pin, you got 34. Bars, you only got 13, so maybe you shouldn't be in this category. I don't know, but before we announce it, Arch Burner said Mars and Swiper crashed out on Jordan's Iverson take.
I remember that. The top 10s from last year. I don't know if we're redoing that this year, but the top 10s from last year definitely.
What was my Iverson take?
It turned into versus James Harden stuff. But
when I said that Iverson would average 40 in this generation, that ain't nothing to crash out on. That's fact.
I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it was. I remember.
You said
I know I crashed out when I lose my voice. That's when I know I've gone through a crash out, and I lost my voice that day.
When Mars start cussing, I know that is coming. That's when I know it's for real.
Yeah, right. Remember that time he was Chill. Remember he was losing on somebody. Said you just chatting shit. I was like,
that was a long time. That was
Ticky.
That was a long time.
Oh yeah, that's the first time I ever heard Mars cuss. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, I forgot to code switch. Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and run it up. The biggest crash out of the year is indeed
Mars.
What?
BOFF.
I've disagreed with like so many of these awards.
Oh, so
I can see how I won.
So Mars. Ron, it's a specific time, a specific. Yeah, I think that BOFF one. I think that's worthy, Mars. That was
fistful of 50s.
That was just that was a comment. That was a comment. Chill. Put that in the chat.
I don't even think BOFF was a crash out. I think it was just loud.
No, you went crazy on Chill right there. I don't remember the whole segment. If anybody has the clip, please send that through.
What was we talking about in that?
I got the clip.
Send that to me.
Yeah, what were we talking about then? This is where I'm at, Mars. Like when y'all bring up takes, and I'm like, "Did I really said that?" Oh hell!
I remember the BOFF. I don't remember.
Well, but Chill, you have.
I understand how I won it, but I don't agree.
Well, Chill, you had one when I was in Denver. I remember I was at home in Denver. I was there for a Nuggets game, and you took your headphones off, and I was talking to you. You literally said, "I'm not going to listen to this anymore."
The reason why is because we started with you said Jason Tatum was average, mediocre. That was the word you used with Jason Tatum. The performance was mediocre, and I was like, "I'm good. I'm out." When y'all done, y'all can keep talking. I don't want nothing to do.
Chill crushed out on Swiper. He said, "You're son of a bitch, Charles," and then started yapping about something. That was.
Wait, hold on. I got that one, but I want to play this one first. I want to play this one first. Ready?
Put on the microphone.
I knew that was coming.
Hey, maybe that's what got me some MVP votes.
I'll find another one. Hold on.
Yo.
Oh yeah, remember when Jason Tatum hit the game winner and Chill crashed out on cheese?
Eat it cheese, molded cheese.
On playback?
Holes in cheese.
I think Chill should have won. Yeah.
Wait, what game was that?
Playback doesn't count.
That was against Toronto. That was against Toronto, I think.
See,
I remember that.
Chill kind of gamed this one because he saved most of his famous crash outs for playback. That's smart because this is a panel MVP award. We do playback MVP.
I feel like Chill got robbed of MVP and crash out.
VORP does matter, Mars. VORP does want
I agree.
VORP does matter.
Chill is locked in 3 hours a day.
Moving on to the next.
No more, no less. 3 hours. You're gonna leave at 3 hours, but
we got the most obnoxious.
So this is the only
look.
This is a 2-horse race. This is a 2-horse race.
It's really not.
So who?
I don't think so. I think there's
Mark,
actually more people that
sometimes-
surprised you.
So who's in the
sometimes
race?
you get in there sometimes, Mars.
Oh, for sure.
We got this
Pen,
one.
I am not surprised that you got that phone and not an iPhone. I'm not surprised.
Why are you not surprised?
It just goes with the persona of Pen.
A Google Pixel?
Yeah, it just goes with the persona of Pen.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
That
that's
makes
an
sense.
obnoxious phone. That's an obnoxious phone.
That makes sense. No, honestly, Pen, and I don't even think that's really a knock. But like Google Pixel, that fits you.
That fit
that makes
Pen.
sense.
Why?
That makes sense.
Because Scotty Barnes promotes Google Pixels?
I didn't even know that.
I didn't even know that.
I know that.
There you
I
go.
can
So
see
now-
that.
Why didn't we have
You get a
biggest
discount?
Blazer award? What the
So that's
hell?
why advertising works just because of that right there.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
not having a
Just
biggest
because of
Blazer
that right there.
award.
Pen, is that why you got that phone?
No. I got it because I refuse to get an iPhone. I'm not a drone. Okay.
See, I figured. See, that's what I said. It
Give him
figures.
the award. Give him the
It
award.
figures. There you go, Pen.
Give
It
him the
figures.
award.
There
All
you
right,
go.
so
That phone, by the way,
Although
I invested in a Nokia.
Yo,
When iPhones were popping off, I invested in a Nokia Windows phone before I pick up an iPhone. Fuck yeah.
All right, so these are the finalists for most obnoxious. The top 3 finalists is yes, Swiper,
I can see that.
yes, Pin. But would you guys believe it if I told you that?
Options in there.
Coach James Kingdom,
Oh, I believe.
Oh, he first. He
Jordan,
winning that
why would
motherfucker.
I be in there?
exposer.
No, I'm just fucking with y'all.
What?
Hey, go GJK or GTK. Either one. He in that motherfucker.
What does that T stand for, Jordan?
What do you think?
I don't want to say what I think.
That's what it is, then.
Hey, y'all better be careful. You speak of the bookie,
That's what
man, and
it
the
is.
exposer will pop up, and you
is
will get
crazy.
exposed.
Hey, bro. Hey, man.
You be digging through your 2015 tax returns, bro.
Hey,
I
all I
promise
know
you
is
that.
all I know is this though. I'm gonna just say this. I can
paying
no
shit. I ain't
longer
paying no taxes
discuss
that year.
anything about
Shit.
LeBron James on this panel. Period. I don't want no problems in Jersey. I don't want nothing wrong. I can no longer discuss anything LeBron James. Period. Somebody told me to keep his name out their mouth, and I will do that. I'm scared for my life.
All right, fellas. Well, the chat right now has 62% of the votes centered around Penn. Johnny the Exposer has 24% of the votes, and Swiper, you have 14. Swiper, I don't believe you should be here, by the way, either. But
Normally, whoever wins the
Depends
poll
on
wins
what-
the-
Wait, Ron. You said he shouldn't. Swap would be like when you said la 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 la. That's obnoxious as hell. What?
He called me Gollum. He told me he asked me if I have questions. If I have
Funny-
questions in the
funny-
mirror.
But being funny and calling you Smeagol is different than being obnoxious. I'm purposely obnoxious for funny. You being Smeagol and Gollum is a trait that I'm defining for you about how you
Swipe
are.
and be like, wait, you're not in this conversation. Quit twerking on my timeline. You're not in this conversation. Quit twerking on my timeline. Wait. Chill. Nobody talking to you.
100%.
Nobody talking to you. 100%.
Shut it.
But the
Shut
problem
up.
with
So
Jordan,
if
the problem with
anybody got
Jordan
the
is
best right foot swing
Jordan.
in
When
the
you
NBA,
start
spin the best on the right foot.
losing, when you start losing, Jordan, the reason
When do I lose?
when you go to your dark place, you start saying things like, "Man, I'm about to get ignorant. I'm about to get ignorant.
yo,
I'm gonna start calling you words. I'm gonna start calling you words. They're gonna ban me. They're gonna ban me. I'm about to start getting ignorant."
Yo,
I don't do
Sigmund
that when
Freud.
I'm losing. I do
Yo,
that when
Sigmund
you
Freud.
take
Stop
it
talking
personal.
about everybody else.
No, I don't. No, you haven't
have
said it to
degree
me.
in it.
You haven't said it to me. You haven't said it to me.
Yeah, I don't do that when I'm losing. I only do that when we start talking about other stuff. But Swiper will corner you. This is how you win an award because you are the most obnoxious. You will corner somebody and be like, so wait a minute, chill. So does De'Aaron Fox got the best right foot spin in the NBA? The best right foot spin. I'm only asking you about right foot spins. And I'm
And
like,
just to
bro,
be
I was
and just to
never
be clear
thinking
about this,
right foot spin.
this is the same
What the fuck are we
person
talking
who
about?
spent a month and a half trying to self-diagnose me and what I actually thought, and had a 30-minute segment without me speaking about me with Mars because he didn't
And I
want
was
to be
right
proven
the
wrong.
whole time.
And you purposely didn't speak, and you laughed.
And here
like
comes Penn, tag teaming because he wants to beat
it's that
me.
laugh right there.
This is what I'm
No,
saying.
it's that
It's
laugh.
off
It's
of
that
that.
laugh.
I'm laughing at Penn. Penn deserves to be laughed at. He deserves to be laughed at for that.
I ain't mad at you for laughing.
I
laughing.
deserve
You
to be
laugh at Penny if you want
laughed
to.
at?
That don't got
Why do I
nothing to do with
deserve
me.
to be laughed at?
But when but see that laugh, it's that laugh, Swiper. That's the one.
Obnoxious ass.
I was
man.
right.
It is so hilarious to me, dog.
All right, y'all. Well, let's go ahead and run it up right now. It's time to find out who really
Swiper,
is
you're mean,
the
bro.
most obnoxious on the panel over the course of the 2025 year. And it looks like it is Pins.
And bro,
Self-
Ben, who the hell? Why did
why
you
am I
give me that
winking?
picture?
Why am I winking? Y'all
Ben, it
doctored
look
a
like you just
freaking picture.
it look like you just got your ass whooping that picture. What the hell, Ben? Are you asleep?
That's
He was
weird.
fighting. He was fighting. No,
Ben, what's
Jordan,
that
he was
picture
fighting. He was
from?
fighting. He was fighting
That's
that Puma hat, trying to take it
Ben,
off.
what's
He was
that?
Fighting that, trying to
Ben,
get it off his
What
head.
picture is that? Where's that from?
Facebook.
I
Nice.
figured it had to be Facebook. This show was that.
Is it
That's not a
edited?
real
Ben,
picture.
is it
I did not
edited?
take
I'm
that
about to
picture.
say,
No.
Because
That
it's like,
picture's not
why are
real.
your eyes closed like you just had a massive hangover?
No, they closed my eyes. That's a doctored picture, but it's cool. Whatever. I would like to thank Jesus Christ, first and foremost, for this. I would like to thank my parents for teaching me, to speak my mind at all times. I would like to thank my teachers. I would like to thank the PC community for rallying around me, and I would honestly, and no disrespect or no, I don't mean this sarcastically. I've enjoyed this opportunity very, very much to be on PC with y'all. I know we may not always agree. I know I'm very long-winded sometimes, but thank you for putting up with me, and thank you for not censoring me, and thank you for letting me be myself. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome, brother. Hey, just by the way, when somebody say no disrespect, 9 times out of 10, disrespect follows after that.
I agree.
By the way.
I agree.
Pen, and if we had highest IQ, I'm pretty sure you would have won that award. Too.
That's like me telling Swiper no disrespect and then calling him a bozo after. No disrespect to you, bozo. No disrespect to you, bozo.
Yeah, and a big shout out to the chat. A big shout out to the chat. Also, I know we may not always agree. All the comments, I read them. Thank you very much. We may not always agree, but you know what? Like, someone got to be a villain sometimes. I'm happy to play the role. It's cool, but yeah, I'm always gonna be honest. I'm always gonna be honest with it. Okay.
All right, y'all. Next up, we have Goof of the Year.
This is between two people. This
Who is
is
the Goofy of the Year? Yeah, this is chat. This is
between two people.
Oh, okay.
It's between Buddy and Mike. Keep it pushing. It's between two people. It's
Hey, the
between
champ
two
is here.
people.
Well, y'all, there are some other nominees. So let me go ahead and give off the nominees of everybody who's in this realm. So you have obviously Buddy. You obviously have Mike the Champ. You got Duke Baylux. He made the all goof list or the all goof team. You got Tank Jones. He's first team all goof. He only really contributed to the first part of the year, but somehow James B's reputation, he's a reputational goof. He made it. Shout out James B. Ain't seen you in a month of Sundays, but your name's on the list. And also, Brax, you are in contention for Goofy of the Year.
For sure, Brax for sure, Goofy of the Year nominee. As much time as he spent in the bathroom goofing off or whatever he doing in there, shit.
Man, shout out to the bandit.
That boy Brax be in the bathroom doing what he got to do, boy. That boy goofing off in that joint or gooning off. I don't know which one he doing in that.
Yo,
that shit is the same. One of them. I don't know.
What Brax do?
He been here for a long time, Penny. Brax been around for a long time.
He just spent most of his time in the bathroom, so you don't know. That's why you can't never get no work done.
Maybe I don't know.
Oh man, that's crazy. You be in the house for 45 minutes. Somebody walk out the bathroom. Like, where you been? How long you been here? You been in the bathroom
I was in the bathroom, though. Yeah, I was in the bathroom. What y'all talking about?
All right, y'all. Well, as you see on the poll, the 4 Goofies of the Year that are finalists, you got Tank Jones, you got Brax, You got one Butty.
One,
And
buddy.
then you got Mike the Champ.
That's
Yo, whoever
gross.
ran the poll, don't ever disrespect the champ. It's Mike the Champ.
Bro, one
It
buddy is
should be
crazy.
NY Kareem. That is the goofy of the year. 100%. That's the goofy of the year.
Does anybody else
Goofiest
agree
Don't you
that?
him
I've ever seen in my
Don't you
life.
him got beef,
Goofy
Mars?
as hell.
Well, real quick though, Pim. That's why I said that Brack's been around for a long time because it's kind of mixed up. Like at some point, a goofy in the chat almost turned into somewhat of a term of endearment. You know what I'm saying? Like we got nothing but love for most of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like Brax, I got so so it's a little mix. It's a little mix in there. Some you're a goofy because you're just really just a goofball, or it's because we rock with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, at some point it did turn into somewhat of a term of endearment.
I got you.
Shout out to all the top goofs out there. But all right, y'all, let's go ahead and cue it up. The winner. Wait. Before I tell you the winner, fourth place was Tank Jones. Third place, Mike the Champ. Damn, the champ still can't get a win. Second place, well, actually the winner. Who you got?
Buddy first. Huh?
Who you got?
It's gonna be Brax, apparently. Yeah, see.
Shout out Brax
go,
the
Brax.
Bandit. Brax the Bandit.
Goof of the year, Brax the Bandit. I know you may not be here to accept your award. I don't know where else you would be during this moment of the day, but shout out to
Flashing that.
Damn,
Don't
Brax.
flash that on the
Don't
screen.
In June.
Damn, Brax. God damn.
Oh, that's someone. Oh, wait a second. Hold on, bro.
Fox, kick
Happy
Ron.
birthday. I ain't gonna kick him on his birthday, Pin.
It's Brax's birthday?
No, it's Ron's birthday.
Happy birthday, Brax. That's fire.
Oh, I'm about to say
Nah,
Brax about to get him 6 bottles of lotion and head to the bathroom.
Hey, so I just realized what day it is. Happy birthday, Ron.
Happy birthday, Brax.
Happy birthday,
Hey,
PC Ron.
It's your
Happy
birthday,
PC
boy.
Ron, I'm going to the
That's
Astros
how we
game
won
for you.
MVP.
That's what happened. Hey, you know what? Into the goofies in the chat that always talking that crazy shit about music, I want y'all to know because I'm in my daughter. I had to go come in my daughter's room, so she got mad and left. She went in my room and she's actually just put some fab on YouTube. She's fabulous, you know what I'm saying? Fabulous clears, you know what I'm saying? Fabulous clears.
Ron, you
This
are
is my
born on the
party.
Houston
I
day
like that song.
of screw music, so I know you screwed up. June 27th. My boy
Shout
screwed
out
Wait,
up.
we
Shout out
talking
to
about
the
the
Chopper
original
Screw.
Fabulous. We're not talking about some new age Fabulous that I never
No,
heard
I'm
of.
talking about no.
Fabulous.
Talking about Fab,
Hell
right?
no,
We're
hell
talking
no.
about FABO.
My kids, real ones. You know what I'm saying? It's real over here.
That's great. Yo, Vince Carter was in that. Vince Carter was actually in that. This is my party video. That was fire.
So nobody's on your phone, right? Like,
Nobody calling you
who would ever call you?
on your
Yo,
birthday.
so Cheerio just hit me, and I guess we got one more award that wasn't supposed to be put up here, but host of the year, you know.
It's only been one.
Hey,
Well, then no.
Hey, here I am.
If
thinking I
Mars
wasn't
don't
gonna get
win
an
this,
There
award.
are 4 nominees. There are 4
Mars
nominees for this, mind you.
wins
4.
this award.
4 people have hosted
Right
the show
here.
this year.
Let's do
Ron,
right here.
myself, Ox, and Mars have all hosted the show this
Thank
year.
you, Chill, for acknowledging.
Yes, but
that
I'm
the host of the year.
actually a
Yeah, I'm
host.
cool with giving you or Mars the award, but
Look. Thank you,
No,
Chill. I appreciate you, brother.
It's gonna
I
be-
appreciate you.
Actually, flip it around, Ron.
Flip what around? You pointing right at me.
No, I'm not. I'm pointing in the other. Yeah. Now put these 2 up like you just had them. Put those 2 up like you just had me and you up. Put who I was actually pointing at. Yeah. Put those 2 guys up.
Y'all go ahead and run me my award before I end up being crash out of the year. Cheerio,
Let's
go
do
ahead and
right
let the
here.
people know what time it is. Host
you
of the
like
year,
this.
baby. Hey, there's only one real answer up here. I'll give Hayes some love.
Nah, Mars got this.
You
Oh,
know,
Mars
because
got a little bit of love
my
from with Open Gym and stuff like that. You know, Open Gym was still in the
open
calendar
gym
year.
ain't a thing no more.
It was in the
You know,
calendar
but
year.
you know, this my thing though, honestly, because I'm like, you think I give a damn about a Grammy? You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping, but now that I see I'm about to get one, shit.
Play my theme music, Cheerio.
It's my.
Well,
Ah, there you go.
Of course.
Yeah.
I didn't expect. I really didn't expect to come up here and get anything.
Chill with
man.
chill.
I think it should be you and Martin. I agree with
I don't
that.
even want panel MVP.
So
F
what
the
sense
panel
does it
MVP?
make that the host of the panel wins MVP of the panel, but he's not the best host?
You know what? Hey, you a better host than me?
Crash out, Mars.
Brother,
Crash
you
out.
got it.
You know what?
You
It's
got
like
it.
You
Go
got
ahead,
it.
go ahead,
Come on.
host, brother. You better than me. You got it, brother. I'm out. Peace.
His name is not even in the show.
Like, let's just
You
think
got it, brother.
logically. Let's just
Speaking
think
of
logically.
forced, that's forced.
It is what it is.
Yo,
but
TJ
I mean,
McConnell. You got it, brother. You better than me. You got it, brother. Go ahead,
Hey,
TJ. Take us to the final.
why do you have a pause sign on your thing though? But
we can see
you,
what's going on.
you know how hard it is for Ox to host Chill with Chill when his name is not even in the whole show thing. Like that shit is probably daunting on him every day.
Here we go.
That he got to host his show. That his name is not even. He don't have a picture. He just has Chill with Chill.
Here we go.
And he got to host it every Friday.
Here we go.
Well, I mean, Ron's name is in the
Saturday.
panel. He got to host. He hosts every day. But
His
you know
picture's
what?
on the front. To be fair, when we do
but he be
when
having
we
his
do our
pictures,
graphics,
though. Look,
Ron is right at the front
Here
of
we
it.
go. Now, now I feel at home. Look at it.
They
Look,
got Chill
now I'm
drowning
home.
in.
Now
They
I'm
got Chill
home.
drowning in
Yes,
water.
sir.
And Ron, Ox got to host that show every
Real
weekend.
quick, Jordan. I'm a real host. I utilize my mute button. See how I did that?
I unmuted myself.
Now, everybody, welcome to the best show on the platform. We are here. Hold on 1 second. Welcome to Chill with Chill, the best show on the platform. We are here, y'all. Still, all right. They crying. They in the back. They crying. They mad. All right. Okay, y'all, relax.
I'm not crying. I'm effective. I think about it.
Just having a little fun, y'all. Just having a little fun. Relax.
You know,
Okay,
that
Mars,
brought me back
you ready?
to
You got it,
that
Mars?
brought me back to the WC. That brought me
can't.
back to the
They took my
WWF
host
taking over
privileges.
WWE.
Here, I'll do it. I got it.
I
okay,
can't.
go ahead.
Yeah,
Let me back
Swiper
out.
got it.
Let me
I
back out.
can't.
Let me
You got
back
it, Swiper.
out.
I got you. But anyways, let's keep the show going. Let's start with the super chat till Swiper gets back. I'm gonna go ahead and host for a couple seconds.
The awards
I'll let
are
Swiper
over?
do this.
Yep.
Yeah, they're over.
I won one award. Crash out.
Actually, you know what? Thank you for saying that, Pin. Congratulations to everybody that won an award today. You know what I'm saying? To everybody up here that did their thing. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the chat as well for voting. Way to exercise your vote and get in here and do that, man. Everybody always exercise your right to vote and your right to not vote.
The fact that I didn't win MVP, I ain't tripping on it because I was in contention, so I played at that level. So that's how you will remember me.
Nah, if you lose an MVP to Ron, I think you should be pissed. I'm gonna be honest. I think you should be pissed.
That's what's up. I ain't even expect to make it to there. Go ahead.
I played at that level. You know, I'm definitely at that level. So I'm feeling that.
You know what? We are seeing an assertion of values being expressed here. We are seeing an assertion of values. Nerd Sesh does not win Guest of the Year. That's an assertion of values.
Yeah.
Mars. What do you mean by that? Because you said you didn't vote for them.
Yeah, he had.
I didn't because I'm playing favorites. I'm
right. So if you didn't, you didn't. So that's an assertion of values you're talking about then.
Yeah, assertion of values. I go with my friend.
But you're saying that you think Nerd Sesh definitely should have won.
No, I'm saying the chat was voting for Nerd Sesh. Everyone said Nerd Sesh. Everyone said Austin.
Apparently they didn't, according to the results.
Apparently they didn't. So I don't know.
Yeah, because I thought Austin was gonna win for sure. And shout out to Nerd Sesh, shout out to Jay, shout out to everybody that came up. I did think because I thought Austin came and fit in perfect, like he was like a part, like he came in like he already knew us or something. You know what I'm saying? Like we knew him. It was just like we just talking ball. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. But
who do you like most on Nerd Sesh, man? Between
honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I get them mixed up all the time. I can't tell them apart. Carson and the other one, Logan.
Y'all look nothing alike.
No, I'm just saying I can't tell. I know them apart. I just don't know which one's Carson and which one's Logan. But they're cool. They're both cool.
Look at it like this. Carson is the one I packed up, and
Huh?
then Logan is the one Chill
packed up. You up. No, Logan's the one that packed you up. Okay.
Oh, Logan is the one that packed me up. Well, then I like Carson.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
There
My
you
bad.
go.
My
There
bad.
you go.
See, look, Mark is quick on his feet. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just going off of what it is. But that's how you tell them apart right there.
I can't choose. I like both of them. Some it just it just depends. I like both of them though. Honestly, I thought Jay and Los was gonna get a little more love.
I thought that
honestly.
was too. They,
Swiper, are you waiting for somebody to pull you up? You know you can pull yourself up, Swiper. You got the control. Oh, you can't.
No.
The code came through. You want it?
Yeah.
Send it to you.
Just send it to the
Yeah,
to the Telegram.
Right now.
Right.
Hmm.
1 second, so y'all go ahead.
Yeah, and I mean, I was also pretty surprised the beef of the year was not me versus someone. I think I would have expected that. Every comment I read was Penn versus this guy, that guy, that guy. I was prepared for it.
There were so many different votes with different beefs that you kind of killed yourself.
I should have honed in on Swiper only.
Yeah, Chill only had beef with the chat, so everyone who picked Chill was only picking his beef with the chat.
But that's
you
not
had
fair.
beef with so many. Like,
But
if
Chill,
you see a vote for Penn versus Hayes and then a vote for Penn versus Gifted, that's 2 separate votes, not 2 votes.
but that's not fair because the chat is
That's
like
your fault.
2,000 people.
That's your fault. You shouldn't be beefing everyone. That's your fault.
Chill beef with 2,000 people. I beef with 20 people.
Yeah, but it's easy to say Chill versus the chat, whereas you got like 18 different separate beefs. It's kind of.
But Chill don't hate everyone in the chat. He just
I don't.
That's a fact. Like he only hates like 3-4 people. I hate everybody. That's different. That's different.
Right.
I'm kidding.
Right.
Too much beef, man.
No, in fact, this might be my favorite channel.
I really do, and I know we don't got a lot of time, but like, can we discuss this this Tracy McGrady thing for a little bit? I think that it's being I think it's being taken out of context, and the reason why I'm saying that it's being taken out of context because on one level, we can't act like this wasn't going on during that time. There was a conversation between Bryant and McGrady.
That's a fact.
That was 100% going on. We cannot
that's a fact.
completely, dissolve that. However, with Tracy McGrady saying that he would have done what Bryant did, well, I don't know if he would have done what Bryant did. Would they have won? Would that have
Chill? I don't think that's what he said though. Chill.
Yeah, he said he would have won a championship.
I think he would have won. I do think he would have won, but I think Shaq would have had to do more because I don't think that Tracy McGrady during that run, I don't think he was.
In 2002,
I don't think he was as good as Bryant.
Why?
Well, even with Kobe, the reason they won is because the league cheated. So
here's the thing.
Good point, Morris.
I had a high school coach who once said that everything I need to know about you will be expressed to me by how you talk about winners. So how you talk about the team that won, how you talk about the player that won MVP, that's going to tell me everything about who you are in your DNA.
So what's to say about you when I won panelist MVP and you started yapping?
that I'm the biggest hater. So and I don't like you. So that's what I got to say about that. But what I'm saying is, the players who never got out of the first round or second round, whatever, and they be saying like, I would have won 5 if I was in the same situation as that dude. I'm sure if you ask Gilbert Arenas right now, he'd probably tell you, yeah, if I was in Kobe's position, I would have won those chips too. That's why you didn't win, because you don't have respect.
I don't think Gil probably
he didn't have Shaq. He didn't have any teammates though, or the team. It's very irrelevant.
No, it's irrelevant. Let me tell you why. Because every single person who's ever won knows that what you win and how you win comes down to difficult conversations. It comes down to sacrifices. It comes down to locking in mentally. These games are not losing themselves or winning themselves based on how well you hit jump shots. It comes down to your leadership and how you force. You know what I mean? Like, listen to Rod Artest talk about Kobe Bryant and how he came up to him when he got here and he said, "Listen, like, we had Trevor Ariza. That was my dog. I'm not taking no nonsense from you while you're here." That's what leaders do. Leaders will confront you. You have
I don't
shit.
understand what's that have to do with how does Tracy McGrady not show
because you're not a winner. That's why. So let me tell you. Other than this bullshit award, you're not a winner.
I don't understand that context at all.
Yeah, of course you don't. I'm trying to put you on game.
It's a random. I'm saying it's a random shot because I've won at every level. But I'm saying that, like, I'm trying to understand why Tracy McGrady. Well, what's wrong with Tracy McGrady saying that?
Tracy
like, if I had better
teammates out of the first round. Let me tell you something. I don't know Tracy McGrady. I've never met Tracy McGrady.
Different levels of winning, though, Penn. Wait, Penn. That's not
left
fair.
Toronto.
Penn,
left Toronto, bro.
That's really what this is about. Even still, Penn, there's different levels of leaders, not different levels of winning. I'm sorry, there's different levels of leaders. And guys lead in a different way. Just because you're more forceful, just because you're more in a guy's face, does not make you a better leader than somebody else. That doesn't mean that. So Bryant, on the fact that he confronted Meta World Peace to let him know that, listen, this is how we do things around here. I mean, Bill Laimbeer did the same thing with Mark Aguirre when Mark Aguirre showed up to the Detroit Pistons. Listen, we got a good situation going on. He did win. He did end up winning the championship. Right. I can definitely get with that. What I'm saying is with Tracy McGrady running with Shaquille O'Neal to say that, yo, I would have won if I would have played with Shaquille O'Neal. 100%, because I'm looking at what Tracy McGrady produced. We're talking about a 7-time All-Pro. This guy wasn't a good player when he was playing during that time.
How do we
He was
know
elite.
that?
He was elite, and
I
Shaq
agree.
Shaq made guys a lot better. And I think that Tracy McGrady would have been better playing off of Shaq.
Why wouldn't he
As a
though? Like
child.
he was
Confirm
an
or
elite
deny.
player.
Shaquille O'Neal wanted to play with Vince Carter. Confirm or deny?
Did he want to play? He did say that.
Yep. He wanted to play with Vince when shit was going wrong with Kobe and Vince was coming up in the league. There was some talk that, you know, he's boys with Vince, and down in Orlando they be hanging out sometimes. So he wanted to play with Vince because it would have been an easier thing. But was Vince the dog that Kobe was? No. He wanted to play with him because it's a 25-point per game scorer and a 25-point per game scorer. But Vince Carter didn't win championships. I'm gonna tell you this. All I'm saying is I've listened to The Psychology of Winners a lot. It's an obsession of mine. I listen, and not all leaders are the same. Shea leads differently than Tim Duncan. Shaq leads differently than Kobe. But I'll tell you, the championship DNA is something you can spot from a mile away. There's a guy yesterday that was drafted for 39th, Elijah Martin, right? Florida Gators, right?
Sure.
Only player in NBA and NCAA history who made who made an NCAA finals Final Four with 2 different teams. That dude is a winner. You listen to him talk, it's like, yo, this dude is setting a tone in your practice.
Here's the difference, though, Penn. I can counter that with guys who they
hold on. That's probably not true because LJ Cryer did it.
Okay.
Who did?
LJ Cryer.
Who did he play with? Cryer, he went to Houston, didn't he?
Baylor too.
Yeah, he went to Baylor too. That's correct. That is correct.
Yeah.
But
So to whoever said that stat, it's probably not
But
right.
Penn, to Tracy McGrady's point, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's
Stay
fine.
right there. But Penn,
And one. Sorry.
when Tracy McGrady says if he's put in a different situation, I've said this to you a bunch of different times. In the words of Mr. Bobby Jones, Bobby Bird, I'm sorry, man walked taller when he walked with James Brown. So Tracy McGrady would have been different playing with Shaquille O'Neal. His game would have been different. His attitude would have been different. There's things about him that would have came out that wouldn't have come out before. Pau Gasol is a prime example of that. Pau Gasol had that what you call dog in him. Bryant brought it out of him. And
Wait a second, Show.
And he became a much better player.
Pau won a
No,
lot.
Hold on. No, you wait a second, because y'all are trying to pretend like Tracy McGrady was some pup that needed somebody to come in. Hey, Tracy, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. No, Tracy McGrady needed a team.
That's it. Because I was going to ask Ken, what team do you think he's supposed to win with?
So of course, you can say these things, but Tracy McGrady didn't come up there and say, "I could have done everything Kobe Bryant did."
He just said he would have won.
All he said is he wasn't trying to. I don't think he was so much downgrading Kobe as much as saying,
he wasn't.
If I had a team like Kobe had, I probably could have got a ring too. So I think what he was trying to say is, but does getting a ring change how good you were at basketball? Hold on, Penn.
My bad.
In some instances, yes, there are players that willed their team to a championship. You can see where this team was probably good enough, but this player took him over the top. In those instances, I think that's where it's like, well, he won a ring, but it was mostly on his back. He helped, a lot, like, there's examples, right? Well, Tracy McGrady never had that. And I think we can all acknowledge that the time he did have a good team that was of that caliber, Yao Ming couldn't stay healthy for a week.
We can't leave him out.
Neither can T. Neither one of them can stay healthy at the same time.
Right, and that's there's that. So
it doesn't.
T-Mac, Tracy McGrady at this time, Penn, and you're of the age to where you know this. In 2000, from of those 3-peat years when Kobe and Shaq was winning those rings, Tracy McGrady and Kobe Bryant were right here, eye to eye, looking at each other. Tracy
might have been better. Tracy might have been better.
Thank you. See,
that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing as being a winner. And what I'll say is you never made it out of the first round. And I'm gonna say this: when you were injured and you weren't playing, your team made it out of the first round without you. What does that say about you? You played with Vince Carter. You played with Grant.
That says that team right there was probably a team that was good enough to where if he was healthy, they could have made a run.
Indictments on players as winners and losers because of situations around them just seems very forced.
Hold on, Swipe, because I hate when people bring this up because I was the biggest Rockets fan ever, and I'm still am. But at that time, I was the biggest Rockets fan ever. I never missed a game, brother. That team with Ron Artest and Yao Ming and all of those guys when they went to Game 7 with the Lakers, that was a really damn good team. You don't understand. T-Mac was hurt all year long, pretty much though. Like he was hurt all year long. They tried to, put it together. When you say, oh, they went without him, They were supposed to go to the playoffs. With him, they would have probably, I don't know if they would have beat the Lakers, but it could have been a different series. Like would have been a great team. Like, I don't get why y'all trying to indict Tracy McGrady for. I get it, he didn't get out the first round, but if you look at his team, do you know who Scott Padgett is? You know who that
You
is?
can't also leave out. But
He fucking started. Like, it's no way you telling me he's supposed to start.
He was on some good teams. He was on some good teams, like you talked about. Yao breaking down. T-Mac broke down too.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's not indicting him as a winner, though. He got hurt.
Like you got to understand. Like, if I'll watch
that doesn't matter, though, Swiper. Like you
as a winner. Wait, how does my body breaking down make me not a winner though? Like I can't.
Because I'm able to overcome that.
Hang on.
Overcome what? Chronic leg injuries?
We've seen guys overcome leg injury.
No, but chronic. T-Mac had chronic knee
Kawhi Leonard
issues.
has a condition.
Kawhi Leonard ain't won nothing. He hasn't won anything after 19.
About that.
And y'all dog Kawhi too. So
I would understand. I would understand if y'all you're gonna say T-Mac scored 13 points in a game. When he was playing, I watched him give the Mavericks 40 balls. I watched him do that. I watched him give the Trailblazers crazy work. I watched him do what he's supposed to do.
Did you watch him shoot 7 for 24 in a closeout game against the Detroit Pistons when he was in his prime at 23 years old? Granted, did you watch that game? Do you remember that game?
You're not in your prime at 23.
That was his prime.
SGA shot 8 of 27 in the game 7 and they won by 15 points.
T-Mac was in.
I don't understand. Wait, so if winning and losing is
I don't think he was in his prime at 23.
winning and losing is the difference.
03 is absolutely T-Mac's prime. 03 is absolutely.
Okay, so I think it's probably his.
What do you think
said that he shot 7 of 23 to close the series out?
He was in conversation.
Shea just shot 8 of 27 to close the series out, and they won. So what you're saying is, in one situation, because they lost, that makes him a loser. But another situation, if they won, that makes him a winner.
Let me tell you something about winning, Swiper. Number one,
why do you keep addressing me like this?
I'm addressing you like this because I'm the most obnoxious, and I'm living up to the damn title.
Like you've never won when you have no idea who I am. I think that's another falsehood you're putting out there. I've won plenty. My whole thing
called
is,
me Smeagol. You don't know me from Adam, bro. You know what?
Anyway.
Keep the
Hold
same
on.
energy.
Tracy McGrady in his prime, chill, was one of the best players in the sport. We agree.
Easy.
Yeah, I think if he would have had, if he would have had a different player in that prime, a Shaq, which is the best player in the world, that would have helped him and assisted him to either get to the conference finals or get to the finals. Because chill, we talked about this before. When Kobe first started, he wasn't great in the first run they had in the playoffs, and he wasn't great in the first finals. He wasn't. Objectively, he was not.
Go ahead in the finals.
So what I'm saying is, Tracy McGrady would have benefited. Do you agree? Do you agree, Chill? From having the best player in the world on his team, that over a 3 or 4 year run, he possibly could have won. He possibly could have won a title. Chill.
I think
possibly could have won. That's all he said. That's literally all he said.
Swiper. I got a question for you. And you too.
Hold on. Let you answer that question real quick.
To answer your question, Swiper. Yes, I do think that during that time, what Shaq was to the NBA and what Tracy McGrady was, and the level that he was playing at, there's no reason for me to think that they could not have won it. There's no reason.
That's all he said.
That's all he said.
And that's a fair statement. However, the idea of him not having the team, okay, you breaking down was part of that. You breaking down,
but he never had Shaq though.
Okay, he didn't. Never had Shaquille O'Neal. Never had that level of player, right? But with him not having that level of player, he was the number one guy that they were building the unit around, and he was the guy who broke down.
What about when he didn't break down and Yao broke down? What about when he didn't break down and Yao broke down?
But he did break down in Houston. He broke down in 2006.
Okay, but what about when he was healthy and Yao wasn't there?
Okay, so but here's the difference. The difference is when Yao was there and he wasn't there. I mean, I think that they lost in the first round and they won 22 out of 23 games.
No, he was there for that. He was there for that.
Chill.
And Yao ended up missing it. I think Yao ended up missing the playoffs that year.
But hold on, because I got a question. Okay, because in 03, I know around 08, 07, 06, that's when the T-Mac and Kobe comparisons was prominent.
No,
mind you, in Jordan, to your point, T-Mac
maybe in Houston,
T-Mac played T-Mac played 79 games in 2000, 77 and 1, 76 and 2, and 74 in 2003, and then played 67 and 78. So there was basically a 6 to 7 year run where he was playing damn near 80 games a season.
Yes, but I was talking about when we talk about the prime. When we was talking, I think you might say that's his best offensive season in 2003. But for me, at 23 years old, I don't think no players in their prime at 23 years old. But when I seen T-Mac game, for me, mature, like when it was like, all right, this is the comparison you was hearing with Kobe was when he was with the Rockets. I for sure know that
it was
they
with
was
Orlando.
compared.
It was with Orlando.
Yeah, I just.
But you talking about 03, but you
I know,
you
but
talking
I'm
about
putting the
03.
Kobe
That
talks
wasn't
for it,
the
though.
conversation. No, the Kobe talks was when he was in Houston in 07. Yes, it was. It was
Not
in
for
Houston.
me. I'm just saying I don't.
I'm
I don't
talking
remember.
about
that.
in
Wait,
general.
Jordan,
it was in Houston in
Jordan.
07, 06,
Jordan,
07, 08.
No,
Those
it
were the
wasn't,
Kobe
Jordan.
talks.
I feel like this. I feel like that's what the
Kobe
conversation was
wasn't the
in
best.
Houston.
Kobe
Hold
wasn't
on.
the
Say that
best
again,
in the
Moss.
league in 03.
I feel
Kobe
like
wasn't the
that's
best
just
in
what
the
was
league
going on
in 03.
in Jordan.
Jordan, what's
No,
what's there to be
Jordan,
happy
in
about, yo?
02,
What year was
What?
Kobe the best in the league? Was it 03?
Yo, Jordan.
That's
But
not what the-
they weren't having best in the world tours. It was best two guys.
No, it was just
That's
him and
what-
Bryant. No.
But, yes. So why?
Shaq-
Okay,
it was
they
Shaq
wasn't
Shaq was still the
comparing-
best player in the game. Duncan was still the best player in
Right.
the game.
Okay.
We weren't talking
Listen to
about
what
that.
y'all saying. When we were talking about T-Mac being compared to Kobe, Kobe
Sure.
wasn't the best in the league in 03.
But no, they're not. He's not.
No,
They're
I'm
not.
saying-
No one's
yeah,
saying
no
We're
one's
that.
not
saying-
saying that though, Jordan.
They're just
That's not-
comparing them
that's
as
not the
players.
conversation.
Period.
We're just talking about both Bryant.
Yes, but what
and
I'm
T-Mac.
saying is that right, Brian and T-Mac, the comparison for Brian and T-Mac was when Kobe was at his best. That's what the comparison was.
No.
So it wasn't in 03. It was
It
in
was,
07.
though. I mean, Jordan,
No,
I'm-
it was not.
But that's where T-Mac's comments came from in the first place. That if you would have replaced him with Kobe, he's saying he would have won one over that stress the same way Kobe did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but-
Jordan, I think
Houston-
Not
Jordan
now,
isn't
not
really
Houston Tracy McGrady.
Wait,
Not
let me
that.
real quick.
Houston
Let's
isn't
just clear this up real quick because Jordan,
Yeah.
I think both of these things are kind of true but kind of crossing paths though, Jordan. So T-Mac was specifically talking about that version though, like the younger Kobe when he was with Shaq and him. But
Correct.
to your point, I think at that younger age, which Penn even said, I think younger at that point, I think some people, myself included, had T-Mac over Kobe.
They
But
did.
by the time when you're talking about, I think Kobe
Right.
had caught and passed T-Mac though. You know what I'm saying?
Which is
At that
fine, but
point.
I'm saying
You know
that
what I mean?
still was a more relevant comparison because in 03, you looking at Kobe. Kobe was still great. Kobe was still a great player at 03, but he wasn't best in the league in 03. I'm
Yes,
saying
he
when
was in that conversation.
but
Yes, he
but what
was.
I'm
T-Mac
saying,
wasn't in that
hold
talk in
on,
2007, though.
But what I'm saying is in 07, when by that time people are saying Kobe Bryant is the best player in the NBA, 07, 08, around that time.
He was better than T-Mac at this time.
Yes, he was, but T-Mac was in that conversation too, though.
For best
I know
player in the
that for a
world?
fact.
He was still respected as a great basketball player. Yes, I think
Yes.
so as well. I didn't have him in best in the world talks
Not in
anymore.
07,
But
not
T-Mac
in 08.
T-Mac was still dangerous.
He was top five,
still
right?
a great
I
player.
He was the top five player, right?
saw a different.
I saw those
2007?
conversations.
Yeah, I
now.
saw-
In 07, he was top
07?
10. He was top 10 in 07.
Yeah, I think top five.
I think
I
03.
think top five. I think they
think-
was comparing him and Kobe in 07.
I think in 03, if I remember correctly, and I was, a teenager, and I was very invested in the story of T-Mac and all that stuff because, he was a homegrown legend for us in Toronto. We were watching him, blow up in Orlando. There were some real conversations that he was better than Kobe Bryant. Yes, there were. And everyone was saying that, whoa, if he had Shaq, this. Well, I'll say one thing. I've been trying to get this off for 5 minutes. What y'all so happy about? Job finished? Job not finished? That's the point. Kobe Bryant would never, ever call a series over when he got a 3-1 lead. Wouldn't do it. Just wouldn't do it. Never saw it happen. Because he would lock his team in. He would lock his team in. So you blow a 3-1 lead, partially because you sitting on a press conference saying it's great to get out of this round. The Detroit Pistons put that shit up on their board, and then you shoot 7 for 24 in a game 7. I'm sorry. That is your best season.
Can I
Go ahead.
Yes, Moss. Really quickly, Moss. Stay right where you are, Moss. So, number one, to Jordan, to your point, in 2000, from 2001 to 2003, Shaq had stamped Bryant as the best player in the game. And when Shaq has said something, it held weight. Now, Tracy McGrady is now leading the league in scoring. With Tracy McGrady leading the league in scoring and is one of the better perimeter players in the game, he's now getting compared to Bryant as one of the best players in the game. So
I'm not disagreeing with that.
These two guys are looking at each other. When we get to 06, 07, I'm gonna run down some names for you guys. And Mars, please stay where you are and keep that thought. I want you to stay there. Bryant, yes or no?
What were we saying yes or no to?
Is he better?
Then who?
T-Mac?
Bryant is better than Tracy
yes.
McGrady. Chris
Yes.
Paul,
No.
Yes.
Garnett,
Yes.
James,
Maybe.
Yes.
Dwight
No,
Howard.
not in
No.
what year?
T-Mac,
In what
T-Mac,
year was-
T-Mac
Wait,
used to-
what
in
year?
what
T-Mac
year?
used to
In
give
what
it to
year
him.
was
This is the-
LeBron?
this
What
is-
year was LeBron better
Oh,
than
shit,
T-Mac?
never-
Like in
This
03?
is the
You crazy.
07-08 season.
Oh, my
This is
bad.
the-
I was
this
ranking
is the
careers. My bad.
07-08
Yeah.
season, right?
No.
This is the 07-08
No,
season.
LeBron wasn't
Dwight
better than him
Howard.
at that time.
Dwight
No.
Howard. is he
LeBron
better than
James
Tracy
in
No.
2008 wasn't better than T-Mac Jordan.
And
T-Mac,
no, he was 07.
T-Mac used to give it to Bron.
Exactly. Like, y'all don't understand.
I don't
like,
care.
like, y'all
LeBron
don't
was
understand.
As you
way
were saying,
better.
Mars.
No, he was not.
The point that
All
I'm
right, that's
making.
fine.
Defense
though.
don't
That's fine.
matter.
The point that I'm making.
T-Mac
the
was
point
a good
that I'm
defender
making
too,
with this.
Dirk.
He wasn't LeBron James in 2008.
What about
Come on.
Dirk? Was
Dirk,
Dirk better
Dirk's
than
better.
T-Mac?
No
Dirk's
way.
better. Dirk's better.
Okay, that's fine. You're
Was
so
Steve Nash
dumb.
better?
No.
No.
It's hard to have this conversation because injuries derailed a lot of T-Mac
Mars, as
time
you
when he
were
was in
saying, I'm
Houston.
sorry to interrupt
So it's
you,
hard to
Mars.
have it, but
I-
Go ahead, Mars, because
I
you
know
got
about
to
high
comment.
talk.
Then we got to get to the rest of Super
I
Chats.
brought up that point to say that when Bryant was playing with Shaq during that time, he was in that conversation because Shaq stamped it. Shaq saying in 2001 when they were playing against the Sacramento Kings, I think he's the best player in the league by far. Shaq said that. He said that in
He was
2002.
playing with T-Mac too.
I don't ever remember Shaq saying Tracy McGrady was the best.
Because he won on
He
his
would've
team.
I don't
said
ever-
that.
I don't ever- I don't
He won
ever- I don't ever remember Shaq being on T-Mac's team.
Neither
You know what I'm
one.
saying? Like to Penn, like what Penn said about, if he would have never said that, T-Mac would it wouldn't have mattered what T-Mac said if he was playing with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Like it don't matter if I said that or not. No matter,
They would have closed that
like,
series out if
no
he
matter
had
what
Shaq.
I said. You know what I mean? Shit don't matter.
Here's the thing. Like, I think, Chill,
Hold
you would know
on.
this better than
Mars
everyone.
had a point.
here.
Mars did have a point.
Go ahead. Sorry, Mars.
You're supposed to go.
Yeah,
As you
it's
were
less
saying,
of a
Mars.
point. This is more of a question. And before anyone gets, I'm not defending this. I'm just asking, is this a plausible theory? In 03, when Orlando blew the 3-1 leads to Detroit, that was the first year that the league adopted the 7-game first-round format.
Oh, okay.
Is it possible that T-Mac genuinely forgot that you had to win 4 games? To get to the second round?
But you probably right.
And that's,
though.
I want to make it
You
clear.
right, though.
I'm
You're
not
probably right.
I'm not defending if that is what happened. I'm just saying, is
That's-
it possible
that's
that
funny.
T-Mac genuinely
That would be a good question.
Winning
to ask
3
him, for sure.
games.
No,
That would be a good
Actually
question to
won
ask
them
him
the
for
series.
That's
sure.
an
Is that
even
possible?
bigger indictment if he didn't know how
I
many
agree.
games
I'm
he
not
played.
saying, I'm not
That's
saying
a
it's
good
not.
question to ask
I
him.
agree. I think not knowing how many games you have to win is worse. I'm just asking, is
No.
it possible that that's
No.
what's happening?
That's
it wasn't.
possible, Marv. I think it's
No.
possible. I think it's possible.
I think it's
It's not possible. I
Based on
remember.
what
I
he
remember the
said, I
press
think it's
conference. He was
possible.
talking about one more game, but he said it'll feel good to finally get out of the
I
playoff,
think it's
get out of the
possible.
first round.
But
And
that
I'm just
wasn't me
saying-
defending anything that happened. I just want to make that clear.
This is what I say.
was
Like,
just-
Swiper brought up like Shea struggling in the finals or whatever. But the thing with Shea is whether they were down 2-1 in a series, he never changed his demeanor. If they were up 2-1 in a series, he never said, "Oh, I guess we're gonna win this one." He knew the value of locking in. Now, obviously, I want to say this: these young kids sometimes go to a situation where you don't know how to win. T-Mac came into a situation with Charles Oakley, who definitely knew how to win. Came in with Kevin Willis. Came in with a lot of vets. I think that Raptors team, Muggsy Bogues,
You
Doug
are out of
Christie-
your mind if you think that team was supposed to win.
No.
that Raptors team.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I said those veterans could have been a good influence on Vince and Tracy, and I think they were a good influence. If you go back and you look at D Brown, you look at the entire roster, Muggsy Bogues, those are solid vets. That's exactly what you want T-Mac and Vince to have, and I think they both went on to have good careers because they had really good vets when they were coming up. Because Oakley was not letting them get with shit in practice. They were trying to be lazy. They're like, Jordan wouldn't do that. So that's what I'm saying. But when he went to Orlando, he was on a very young team, and I feel that sort of derailed his career a little bit because he didn't have those vets around. Mike Miller was the best player on his team, the second best player on his team for a while there. Grant Hill wasn't healthy. So, yeah, there's a little bit of what-ifism.
Who's Tim
If Grant
Duncan?
Hill had been healthy, Grant Hill probably would be helpful to him. But he was there.
Had they got
Grant
Tim
was there.
Duncan, they probably won a championship.
And if Tim Duncan had gone, yes, because Tim was a winner. Tim brought winning
But
everywhere.
here's my pushback. Here's my counter.
How
to
was
your-
Kobe a winner though without Shaq? Then, like, I don't.
Because
Well,
I think
not only that,
Kobe
it's like,
could-
this is where I'm going.
but you need
this is
both,
where I'm
though.
going because you're telling me that the job's not done with Bryant, right? You're telling me that the job's not done with Bryant, even though, he blew a 3-1 lead too. Don't leave that
Yes,
out.
he did. Yes, he
And
did.
He blew a 3-1 lead too. And just because he didn't say anything, that doesn't mean that just because he didn't say anything, that doesn't mean that it's less than what Tracy McGrady did. He was up 3-1 in the series and gave up the lead and ended up losing. That ended up happening. He had an opportunity to win the series. No doubt about that. With Tracy McGrady, on the other hand, I can appreciate your logic, Ox, that if he had Shaq, he would have won the NBA championship. Would he have been as good as Bryant during this time? And I'm adding this caveat. Would he have been as good as Bryant had he won multiple championships? Would we be talking about him differently? I think we'd be talking about him a little bit different because winning does separate. And if him and Bryant are like this during that time, if you add a championship, 2 championships to his resume on top of what he already did, Penn, don't forget, this dude made the All-Pro team 7 times in 10 years. Yep. He was an elite player.
If Kobe doesn't have Shaq those first 3 years and only went to 2 with Pau Gasol, we talk about Kobe differently, way differently.
I think Kobe, here's the thing. Tracy McGrady, talent, insane. I think he was one of the best passers I've ever seen at a 6'8" guy. Like, that was insane. His defensive tools, especially early in his career when he's really locked in defensively before he had to take that huge load, you could think, wow, maybe Scottie Pippen, like really could lock in. But the difference here is I think Kobe was a more consistent defender. I think Kobe made more of less. I think everything, when you look at Tracy McGrady, you look at Kobe Bryant. Tracy McGrady
when they both had less, Kobe did the same shit. T-Mac
missed the
did.
playoffs.
And
lost.
Yeah, they did.
Because
he missed the playoffs and lost. That's actually what happened.
The Magic just
you make championships, bro. I understand certain players have been cursed by NBA luck where they just end up in a bad situation. I get that. I do. But I think that if you listen to people talk about Kobe, people who actually play with him, who go on these podcasts, I love the fact that we get long form content of players, exposing the details of what went on in those practices. There ain't nobody telling you that this dude didn't set the standard of our practices.
But they still lost, though, Pin.
Yes, I understand.
They were not making the playoffs.
Championships. They won 5 championships, and as much as people want to downplay Kobe's role in that first championship and say Shaq was the best player, yeah. But here's the question I'll ask you, Cho, and I think this is a very important question: did Kobe make Shaq better?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
That's important.
T-Mac wouldn't have made Shaq better.
T-Mac would have made him better too, though.
No,
a perimeter guard makes a big better.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about off the court. I'm talking about the friction. I'm talking about the competition. I'm talking
T-Mac,
about
the good guy.
Intensity, bro. I'm telling you,
Shaq didn't listen to Kobe. That's why him and Kobe had beef.
You know this. You played competitively. You know this, right? All y'all play competitive. You know this. When you go to practice and there's one dude who is just locking up and he's showing up early and he is setting the standard and he is the alpha in your room and he's calling you out. If you don't rotate, he's calling you out. He's stopping practice to chew you out.
How do you know T-Mac don't do that?
But I did that all the time. We lost too. So I don't know. I'm not lying to you. I got to everything early, Chill.
I can all I want.
I showed the practice everything early. I was team captain.
We lost. I want you to answer this question. What is T-Mac weakness to where you thinking this guy is that like
Jordan,
skill set?
We do have 48 super chats.
Yeah, we got unfortunately.
Yeah, we do. We have a few minutes.
Yeah, that's his weakness. That's what.
All right, wait, hold on. We got a $100 super chat from Arch. Arch Burner, Penn, if we're using that logic about T-Mac, KG is a loser also because
KG is not a loser. I'll tell you a story about KG right now.
We don't need a story. We don't need a story. We don't need. I don't think we have time for a story. I don't think we have time for a story.
Yeah, we could just disagree.
KG was the most intense practice player you've ever heard.
Yeah, but they didn't win anything. They didn't win anything at all whatsoever. I think that's what. So I'm
they go to the conference finals.
Yeah, maybe next Monday, what we can do is because we'll have an off season. You can, I think, bring that to the table about like KG's argument. Because I think a lot of these players, Penn, I truly do think they're super competitive. It's just like the situations are horrible. They really can't win in them. Did y'all read this one already? From Dard Ingo B Hater. I don't know. Mars thought on OKC draft selection this year, and your thought on how will Nikola Topic will probably
he would be tradable by the time he finishes.
I think that's a better question for Penn, but because I don't know much about that second round pick.
Yeah,
I like Sorba, and I think Topic will be interesting in some league. I like Sorba a lot. I think he's their hardest.
Who did they take in the second round?
What's his name? I just had it. Brooks Barnheiser was their second round pick. But yeah, I think Topic will be interesting in summer leagues. I want to see how well he gets downhill because I think that's the allure of him as a prospect. I want to see if he can really shoot it because that's my question marks with him. And then Thomas Sorba, really like him defensively, really like him as a rim protector. There's flashes of being able to play in the pocket in the short roll and stuff. Some shooting upside, I guess, like if they can tap into that. I like Thomas Sorba a lot. I think he's the long-term Hartenstein replacement. So I'm gonna be tapped into summer league for sure.
Hey,
Shout out.
Topics will play well enough just to get traded, Mars. Man, that's what I tell you. They're gonna play
Get
well
off
enough
the
to
kid.
get
Get off the
Cam
kid.
Johnson.
Get off the kid. Come on,
They
Miami.
gonna-
He end up handing
they
that
gonna
kid
do-
over to somebody else. Man, you
They're gonna
hammered.
do. I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do. They're gonna do like what the Dallas Mavericks did to my homeboy and Dennis Smith.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you.
Luka. Oh, no.
Yeah, look, this is exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna let them cook, kill 2 games, and then they're gonna shut it down and trade them. That's
All
what's
right,
gonna happen.
MTHJ 301 just realized Ace Agent is Sharif's dad. Makes sense why he had him try to go to a team where he would immediately fit. Cavs ruin his chance. Jordan, you probably are tapped into that as well.
Yeah,
with
I think
Sharif
this
Cooper
is.
and all that.
I think this is really silly what Ace Bailey is doing. I think it's going to be a mistake too. By the way, number one, bro, you're a good basketball player. You're not that good, bro. You're not that good to dictate where you should go, where you should fit in.
Why not?
Because you're not that
It's
good.
my career. I could go somewhere and they can ruin me, George.
I wish
it's
more
your
players did
career.
this.
Yeah. No, I wish they didn't.
This is
because
my
it's your-
career. I don't want to live in
Yes,
Utah.
it's your-
I don't want to live in
career.
Brooklyn.
It's your career. It's my team. Like it's your
Okay,
career. It's my
and
team.
I don't want to work
This is
for
not
you.
your-
How about that?
This is not your. Yes, you don't. That's not how the draft.
That's
works.
exactly how it works.
That is
Because I
not
saw
how the
Danny.
draft
Because I saw
works.
Danny
So
Ferry
why did he
get
enter the
drafted in the
draft?
first round,
So
and I
why
saw
did he
Danny
enter
Ferry
the-
say,
No.
"I'm not playing for the."
Because you have to
why
enter
did
the
he
draft to
enter the
get
draft?
into the NBA. You have to.
Okay.
He could have waited.
Yeah, he could have waited.
Yeah, but he would have been in the draft next year. It would have been the same
No,
thing.
he'd have to
No,
go
he
4
could've went
years
to a
and be
different team.
auto eligible. He'd be auto eligible after 4 or 5
Yeah,
years.
if that's the case, bro, you're not finna come on the scene and I got $40 million for you, and you telling me what you
But
about
to be
do.
fair,
Bro,
to be
that's
fair, Sar did the same thing last year. By the way, to be fair,
With Atlanta.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
And also, we don't
yeah.
know if Ace is going to. Maybe Ace is there on Monday, and we're making a whole big deal out of nothing.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe
but they
does
say he
show
ain't
up.
fly out there. But he didn't go out there like when
He
was
doesn't. He
supposed
doesn't
to.
need to. He doesn't need to.
Why not?
He has to be there by Monday. He could.
Okay.
But he doesn't. He
Players
needs to
do
be
this
there
But
on
this
Monday.
all
is
the
but this
time.
is ridiculous.
All
No,
the
they don't
time,
do this
Jay.
all the time.
Yes,
for
they
y'all
do,
for y'all
Jordan.
to act like
They
for y'all
do.
to act like this is not ridiculous. That's a damn shame. This is
No,
an
it's not,
indictment
man. I
on
don't
the
wanna
society
play. I don't
that
wanna
we
live
living in.
Minnesota.
Yeah,
Well,
like
Jordan,
that.
Nobody give a
It's,
damn.
listen,
Like,
no, because to your point though, Jordan, you already know how it's that's what people want now. You know what I'm saying? We gotta let
That's silly, bro.
you gotta let the patients run the asylum. You know what I'm saying?
Is it-
And that's
bro,
that's what's happening.
Ace Bailey, Ace Bailey is not freaking good enough to do what he's trying to do. He's not good enough.
But
Like,
I mean,
you're
so
not that.
it's
Yeah, I
two
agree with
things though.
that.
It's two things. Like I don't think how good you are should dictate whether or not you want to control your destiny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so my thing is not I can't get with you on that part of it. You're not good enough to say this. I don't stand with that. Like if you're a professional basketball player, if you're here and you want to control your destiny, it shouldn't matter if you're the 15th guy on the bench or the first guy on the bench, but you have to live with those consequences. Because if you are trying to throw your weight around and you don't got no weight to throw around and you end up getting getting blackballed, because that's what they call it. They're gonna say you get blackballed, then that's on you. So my thing is, it's kind of like if you want to try to control it, that's cool. But Danny Ainge made a decision. I'm still gonna take you. Now if he doesn't show up, and then whatever happens from these next couple of years, if you get fined, if you end up nobody wants to touch you after this, and you end up playing overseas somewhere, those are decisions you made. So
can you re-enter the draft if you don't?
No. You can't. So you
what's
can
the process?
But players didn't Austin Reeves reject getting drafted by the Pistons so he could go join a team?
Okay, so this is the thing. This is what I'm saying.
And that man was a second-round pick.
People do this all the time. Sorry, Jordan. I agree with you. But the people do this all the time. Fred VanVleet did this. Austin Reeves did this.
It's totally different. But hold on. It's totally different in the second round because your contract isn't guaranteed.
You go live in Utah, man.
Yes, I would for $40 million. Yes, I would. My thing is
that would have a blast in Utah. I would love it.
My thing is this.
Coast.
No, but it doesn't matter, brother.
None of this matters if he's there on Monday. This is my issue.
Can
we have this discussion on Monday, and if he's not there,
but hold on. You want to go in a situation and you want to talk about fit, brother. You will fit the same on any team. Your game is raw. You don't have I'm a plug and play guy, bro. You damn near could come off the bench on any team you play on. Any team. You're not a plug and play type of guy. I need a team to match my fit. Like, brother,
I get it.
That shit is bullshit, bro. That's bad for the league, bro.
Yeah, I am. So I wanted to give people. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. The next biggest one. We had $25 super chat from it's at Jake Fascioni. Fascioni 6044. Swiper has too much aura. I think that's in response to the Panelist of the Year award. Again, thank you very much for the votes. And then the next $10 super chat is this Charles
YouTube account.
Okay. Not gonna lie, Swiper. Your favorite pen is getting weird. Anytime he speaks, you start shaking your head and telling him to let it go when you don't make it make sense. I live in Waco, by the way, so you know where to find me. Shout out, Pen. Apologize to Pen.
Oh, damn, yeah.
Damn, Charles.
Waco's where Baylor was. Yeah, Waco's
Swiper, no
where.
heat, you know, Swiper. He
Waco,
said no heat, but you
stop
know
making
what
that
you
joke,
did.
Jordan. You see, I haven't laughed once for a reason, Jordan. And then Christina Martin 3781. Where do y'all think the Warriors rank this upcoming year? We went on a run with Jimmy. Do y'all think we can go? I think win upwards of 55 plus.
55 what?
It's possible.
Or do we
It's
need to make
possible.
moves?
You lost your mind.
No, it's possible. That's
It's
possible.
possible. How is that possible?
55.
That's
If they get Lloyd Marketing,
They'll be happy with 47, 48.
If they
No,
get,
I disagree. I
Make
disagree.
up
I
maybe.
disagree.
Hey, real quick,
Jimmy
y'all, how
for
do
the
y'all-
full season is possible?
how do y'all think the Warriors will look with Vooch?
Really good.
Terrible.
That look really good. You
They
crazy?
need to start trying to get these bum
Yuck.
defenders on these teams, man.
Hey, Vooch was on the #1 defense in the league. Relax.
Yeah, Caruso. Lonzo. Yeah.
All right. Hey, Levine and DeRozan as well.
Hey, Jimmy Butler, Draymond. There you go.
Joe Breezoid, 619, $5 super chat. Thank you for the super chat. We need an award next year for the biggest derailer. I know it ain't a word, but it fits the guy who gets to show off topic the most.
Wow.
We need an award for biggest glazer.
It's sad that our host
That
is our
is
biggest
very
derailer.
important.
That's just wrong. That's easy. That is wrong.
That is true, actually.
100%.
All right. NY Breezy 23. Don't know if it's the worst take, but Jordan's AI over Kobe as a score is up there. If you remember the shooting guard list episode.
Oh, because he led the league in scoring 4 times.
Iverson's a great scorer.
That wasn't a bad. That take did not deserve to be talked about in this. That's not a bad take.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, and how much is SEK $50? $5?
I don't know. Could be. And then we got Wesley Allen. We got 210.
That's crazy.
On your nut swiper. Blah blah blah.
We don't read we don't read $2 super chats.
Ron doesn't.
Ron doesn't.
I read them when I'm hosting.
I'm trying to get through all of them. Yeah. And then we got
$2.
Bob CD9YL. Best chill take was Joakim Noah could shoot the 3. Talked about that.
Joking, Noah.
And then we
Joakim Noah
have
is crazy. Swiper. That's crazy.
You got a little
And
Jokic
then-
on your mind. My bad.
And then
Joakim Noah is crazy.
We just did this one, no?
Yeah, we did that one. And then we got NP 134, NP 13 and NP 13. How is LeBron a better defender than Kawhi? Not the worst take.
I listed the takes I think should have been there. Weber Jokic, I think, is up there. Bill Russell over Hakeem offensively should have been there. SGA and Ant being better defenders than Draymond should have been up there. And then that fourth spot, Jokic's the better defender than Anthony Davis.
The worst one in that was when I don't know if it was bad because it ended up being true popularly. The Rudy Gobert one with
Austin Day.
Yeah, that was
but Anthony Davis being a worse defender than Jokic that's bad. Those are the 4 worst takes I've heard in the last year. If I remember correctly.
All right, Mad Max Sports.
Wait, mine was in your worst 4.
Weber over Jokic is insane to me.
Damn.
Except for the chat apparently. I got the most unread super chat. That's got to count for something. $5 super chat. Well, your super chat will get read today because we're up here. We're taking care of business today. MP13 or 134. Chill needs an award. I don't think he's ever missed a day of work. Has he ever missed an episode?
He missed the episode when we went to go do House of Highlights. I remember. But yeah, that's why I think Chill's the MVP because he doesn't miss shows.
Yep.
Shout out.
That's old school.
Nah,
That's the old school work ethic. My mom never missed a day of work in her life either.
Now he's gonna be out here in about 7 minutes, but he still showed up. So,
facts. And then we got Benjamin X Griffin. Can we veto Swiper's award? Tomato, boo? Possibly. I don't know. That's something we can add in there. And then we have.
You're not reading these super chats with much like emotion, like with.
It's 159.
No dramatic pauses.
I'm just saying, more like no Swiper. You're reading it like you teach 10th graders or something. Read it like you teach second
try?
graders. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Can I
the
try?
show's supposed to
Swiper,
go till 2:00, and I'm going to Chicago tomorrow, so I have stuff to do. So I'm trying to like
you
pack
can
this
pack
all
that
in.
little. You can pack that
Yeah,
little.
As you were
monkey
saying,
ass
Swiper.
bag.
Yeah. So
As you
anyway,
were saying,
we're
Swiper.
derailing for no
As you were
reason.
saying, Swiper.
Swiper, eat it. Swiper,
Classically, is this Christian? Is that how you say that? I apologize if I didn't pronounce that correctly. Super chats don't mess with you either, Ron. That's 100%. We all agree.
Facts.
Jordan's favorite line.
I think he said his name was Chris John. I think if I remember.
Chris
right.
John.
I think so. I
Okay,
think so.
I apologize, Chris John. And then we got Bob. I ain't winning. I'm a Knicks fan. LMO, go Knicks, go. The Knicks went to the conference finals. That's a big deal.
I think Cowboy Bob thinks like there's some type of conspiracy against Knicks fans, like or the Knicks. I don't know. I like the Knicks.
Shout out. We're getting in classically Christian. $2 super chat. Thank you. Andre Iguodala, finals MVP. I think that's in reference to me winning the MVP award again. I definitely could be the Andre Iguodala PC. Swipe a workout cologne. Again, motion everywhere. I got you, Jordan. Swipe a long summer. Grandpa Town FC. Who's Grandpa Town?
Troll.
Terrible account comes into our chat all the time.
Yeah, it's a
Bullshit.
troll. Yeah, that's
Oh, that's a hell of a name right there, though.
Yeah, ours too.
Swiper, did
Yeah,
you
I
read the
mean-
name? Did you read
Yeah,
the
I
name?
did. I read the name out loud. You weren't paying attention because you were on. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what you were on. But Big Mac, 2K, 159. Swiper, has anyone told you that you look like Jesse T. Usher? I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is?
I'll
Jordan?
find out. Give me a second.
That beard is fantastic too, by the way.
I think that's a fake. That might be AI. Probably AI. Shout out. Multi Kitty, favorite Mars
What?
crash out.
This Swiper don't look like this nigga.
Favorite crash out. Favorite Mars crash out on Allen Iverson. None of them B words went in. I'm gonna say it again.
Sounds like something I said. I can't remember what the context.
You kind of do look like him. It's like a little before and after picture though.
What's the before? Me before or after? Which one am I right now currently?
You're the after.
Is he like fat or something?
He's the one dude. He acts.
No,
He's
he's not
like he be getting a little corny roles. I can't remember what he played in, but I mean he a good actor though. I guess you would know him if you've seen him for sure.
Yeah. Edmund Williams Jr. .8469. Find out super chat. Thank you so much. Ox, we not trying to heart that S word. If Chill with Chill was a 3-hour show like the panel, Chill would be crashing out on there too. LMAO.
Do you believe that, Chill? If Chill would Chill, if we did 2 3-hour episodes instead of one hour, one hour and a half, do you think you would crash out on people?
No, I don't think so.
I'd pull up on a burner and make Chill crash out.
Mm-hmm.
So you would. So how would you do that, Mars? You would turn your camera off and use a voice changer?
I have to
He was
just go
just talking to
full.
chat.
I just have to go full British.
No, he literally could make
No
an
more
AI.
voice
You could make an AI cartoon version of yourself and then actually play that. Which you can do on your iPhone, actually, standard. I don't
camera
even know
off
why I
for
said
sure.
that.
Or I just take the do-rag and hoodie off. I look unrecognizable.
Unrecognizable.
And Mark,
All
are
right.
you bald headed when you take that do rag off?
The problem with that though is
No,
that
you've
I've
seen him
actually
without his
seen you
do-rag.
in person, Mars. So no,
I've never
that's
seen
not gonna
Mars
work.
without his do rag.
Yes, you have.
I've never.
Oh, you
never
didn't come
seen
to the
Mars
first
without
one.
a
The
do-rag.
first one.
Yeah,
first one.
Jordan maybe hasn't. Yeah.
That wasn't the first one, Swiper.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the
Well,
first
I'm
one
sorry.
you was
First
at.
one I was on. I apologize
Yeah.
deeply to the PC community. Chris, keep it 100. $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Most crash outs on Chill with Chill, or when Chill is doing playback, is because of goofy mofos in the comments. Yes.
Yeah, to be fair, my crash outs come from nonsense I be hearing from you guys. Chill be crashing out on any and everybody. So
Yeah, Mars is a reactionary crash out fiend. Multi Kenny, if Swiper doesn't win this, I'm gonna lose it. I believe again this came during the Yapper winner and the Yapper award that I won.
well deserved.
Yeah, well
That's one of
deserved.
the I agree with. So.
So what's funny is like if we ever wanted to just do straight hosting abilities, I would love to just host it and not have to give comments because we could just do this and get through everything quickly in 3 hours. Be great. Stacks timing _ is diff. Super chats are like Luca's defense to Ron, optional. Well, to be fair, Luke always plays defense. He just doesn't make the secondary rotation.
No, Ron is way better at reading super chats than Luke is at defense. Way better. Way
I
better.
think that's close, but yeah.
All right. And then we have Brax the One. Is this different
We
than
don't
Brax the
read
Bandit?
this. We don't read this.
Oh,
We don't read
yeah.
those.
I will put that back up, Swiper.
No,
Read all that.
He said Jordan's built like a
do
lesbian.
not-
lunch
No,
lady.
don't say it, bro.
That's what
That's what he said he's built like.
You want to have
spent $199.
It says Jordan built like a like an L word lunch lady.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Like it's a slur.
Yes, you can say
For you to go
say
on
lesbian.
a tent, for you to go off the deep end
I was
to
told
read that
can't
You
super
can't
chat
say the word
is
lesbian?
crazy.
No,
Lesbian
Mark.
is bad?
Lesbian is a
I was told I could not say that word. I said it
For
once. in
real?
the-
Oh,
Yeah,
damn, don't cancel me. Oh, my bad. Oh.
Yo. That's what.
So what?
I was trying to save you, and you muted
so
me.
what-
You
so
are
what
an
it
L
goes?
host.
no. I've never heard that. I mean, that would be.
Bring your ass back here.
Any of you guys in the chat, what do you
just
guys
so-
go by?
Just
You
so,
know what?
just so-
I gotta
just so
go.
I'm
I gotta
clear-
go do a workout. I'm out of here, guys.
Later,
All right, bro.
Jordan. Later, brother.
Bro, just
Wait,
so I'm
that's actually a thing. Like you can't say that.
No,
Yeah.
I've not run into that
okay.
ever.
So
Me
let
neither.
me clarify. I'm not lying. So at one point, I repeated what DeMarcus Cousins said, the emotional L word. You remember that when he was reading out those things? So I was in the chat one day, and someone was saying like, "Oh, Penn, you always crashing out." I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm an emotional L."
Okay.
And
Oh,
I
you
got
said that.
told, yes, I said that in the chat, and this was like 6 months ago, and I was told, "Don't say that. That's not cool." So WPC for keep.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you can self-describe someone of the same sex attraction as a woman and not say that.
Yeah,
But,
I thought that's just what it
perhaps
was.
different.
My bad.
Yeah. But we'll
YouTube
see.
doesn't like us recognizing the women love women community. Well,
All right.
that's a YouTube problem.
Braxton won $2 super chat. Mama, I made it. Yes, you did. You made it on PC. And then we have James B7644 $2 super chat. W Brax for winning the award. W Goofies, W me, season 2 of Loki. I don't know. Again, if you haven't seen Loki season 1 or 2, that is excellent television. Diddler Biz, $5 super chat. Why, when people talk about the 22 Warriors, nobody brings up Otto Porter? He hit big shots down the stretch, especially in the finals. He made the team deeper.
I brought up
he
Otto
did,
Porter
Joe.
when we did the 7 champions. I brought up Otto Porter and we had a 2-minute discussion about how that was the only time he was healthy in his career. We know what went on. They cheated.
Yeah, I mean, he was great in that run. Arch Diddy, $2 super chat. Chill, who you hate more, TJ McConnell or Kobe?
Corny.
You hate TJ McConnell?
I don't hate TJ McConnell. No, I do not.
Just corny. Yeah.
That's corny.
Arch Diddy, he blew series leads multiple times. I believe this is about Kobe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he didn't.
A lot of people have blown series leads.
Yeah, but he did. But there's different reasons for things. I'm just saying he didn't blow it because he thought he already won it, from what I understand.
Shut up.
Well, I don't think that's the reason, team. I would actually want to give Tayshaun Prince a lot of credit for that because if anyone's watched that series,
Rick Carlisle
didn't play Tayshaun Prince the first 2 games, and T-Mac gave him like 45. And then he started playing Tayshaun Prince, and T-Mac just started struggling.
Yep.
And I think that's when Tayshaun Prince really it was his rookie year. That's when I think he started to take off. So shout out to Rick Carlisle. I think.
And then we got Arch Diddy, $5 super chat. Baron Davis outplayed T-Mac to eliminate him. Let me guess, the Hornets was so much better than Orlando. Stop babying this.
That's in 02.
Yeah, I think so.
I actually think T-Mac played quite well in that series. But...
All right, we got Lil Moody, 007, $2 super chat. Somebody call Low up here to tell some truth.
This was about
Kobe. What's Low gonna do? Low gonna go on Basketball Reference and show you T-Mac's averages, man.
And Lil Moody, 007, another $2 super chat. Thank you so much. The second half in the playoffs is T-Mac's weakness.
I think he had some bad moments in fourth quarters and overtimes. I think he had some great moments in fourth quarters and overtimes too. I think it's just more noticeable when you lose and you don't play well. It's like, oh, there you go. That's the reason you lost. The reason the game was even close in the first place was a large part because of T-Mac. So you gotta just, I don't know, watch the games, make your own conclusion.
I feel that. And then we have the next one, highly favored Sports NC. Who had the second highest score on any of T-Mac's teams, and how much did they score? Because Shaq averaged 24, 11, 3, and 2.
Was it Darrell Armstrong?
Which year?
Darrell Armstrong.
The year
with Orlando.
Yeah, would it not be Darrell Armstrong? Drew Gooden, maybe. Rookie Mike Miller.
I'm sorry, Drew Gooden is your second best player, bro. I remember Drew Gooden.
Well, leading scorer. I think those are the names. Mike Miller is a rookie. Darrell Armstrong, Drew Gooden. Those names, I think.
Drew was supposed to be even better chill than he was. I really liked Drew when he came out of college.
He was big time coming out of college. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Naseem Perry, 8744, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Looked into Grant Nelson, very interesting prospect, and wonder why he went undrafted, possibly age. Pin.
Yeah,
Nelson?
there's a lot of players who went undrafted. I don't think Grant necessarily is the number one guy that I'd be thinking about. I'd be thinking about Dink Pate. I'm really amazed that he went undrafted, and there's a lot of guys, but he wouldn't be on my top 5. So this is a deep draft. It was deep.
Yeah.
It was deeper than people thought, and before all the withdrawals, it was even deeper than that. So we're surprised to some guys, and that's points to my point the other day where I was saying these drafts are getting much deeper. Yeah, some really good college players that didn't hear their name called.
$5 super chat from Mo _ finally a W host, L. Ron. Anyways, chill. What would Kareem Abdul-Jabbar look like in today's game? Also, W Harden and go Pistons.
I think he'd be great. He had an unguardable shot that he'd still be able to get off today, and Jabbar was a really good transition player. He was reluctant to do it, but I still think that he'd be a glass cleaner. He'd be a rim protector. He'd be really good on the box. I think Jabbar would be great in today's game.
Agreed.
My bad. My computer died. My bad.
No, you good. Gavin talks hoops. We went on a crazy run with Jim. Why not 50+? I think that's the
Warriors. He's talking about the Warriors.
Yeah.
I said this yesterday. I think the West is so stacked. I think winning, like you said, 55. Well, was it him or the other person? I don't know. 55. I think only one team in the West is winning above 55 next year. I think the rest of the West is just going to be beating up on each other the whole season. So that's why I don't see 55 being.
And on top of that, Mars, this is not 2021 or 2022. Like, these are older guys. I don't think Jimmy Butler's going to play.
Some load management will be involved for sure.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play that much. I don't think Steph's going to play that much.
They have to.
That's a fact. But it's fine. As you read them, you can click the star on the side and they go away.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, because
I'll just read them in order. So, but I will remember that for next time, Ox. Thank you. That's a good hint. I'm genuinely a good hint.
Speaking of next time, fellas, I got to bounce. I will see you.
Oh, you made it about 5 minutes longer than I thought.
Yes,
so
sir. I'll see you dudes later. Out.
Chill. See ya.
All right. We got, what is that? Just Wynera 11.
It's Y, like Kawhi. Oh, my bad. I thought you said my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. Ain't Bron a better defender than
Kawhi?
Why?
I don't think so. No, I think Kawhi's a better defender than LeBron.
It's not even. He's never been. It's not even a question.
I ran a poll yesterday. Who's a better defender between Draymond and Kawhi? Draymond was slightly winning last I checked.
Crazy.
Yeah. I would expect that. I think Kawhi is, but I would expect Draymond to win that poll.
I think it was 55-46 last I checked.
Okay. And then next one, just a couple more. DSG Piccolo, $2 super chat. He said you look like A-Train from The Boys Swiper. I do know who that is. I do know The Boys is one of my favorite modern shows, superhero shows, but I don't know if we look alike all that much. But we're both similar skin tone. So Edmund Williams Jr. .8469 $2 super chat. My bad for the bad grammar. It's all good. I do it all the time. You think faster than you type. I definitely have been there. And then B True last super chat. B True 2310 $10 super chat. Jordan, I think you said something about Cam Boozer. I've been watching some tape lately. He physical as heck. Definitely gonna watch more Duke.
He looks like a monster.
That was me. That was talking about Cam Boozer because I went to the Nike Hoop Summit and I was watching Cam Boozer, and physically, as far as a specimen, he's ready. Like the kid is dope. He's dope.
I'm gonna be tapped in basically. He looks like it. I know Penn loves AJ. I think Cam Boozer is better, but I haven't done in-depth like stuff. But to me, Cam Boozer looks insane.
There might be five first overall type of picks. We'll see. You know,
I think Cam's just more ready for that level of basketball than AJ is. I think that's not saying that AJ won't be a better NBA player because, like, you know, in the NBA game's a little different. But it might take him a year or two. AJ, I could see that, but I think right now Cam and a lot of that has to do with just physical special. Like I think Cam's stronger. He's bigger, obviously. You know, he can play more physical, and Cam can stretch it out. He can shoot the ball a little bit too. AJ, I think AJ just needs to hone in on a couple of things. But as far as his athletic ability, though, that kid is second to none.
For sure. And also shout outs to Masai Ujiri, man. That was tough to wake up to. That was like weird as hell to me, man. He's meant a lot to the city and to the community. And I keep thinking back to Tim Conley leaving Denver. I keep thinking back to that. And I'm like, man, when that stabilizing ship, that dude who filters out the stupid ideas, when he leaves, like, what are you? You're going to find out who everybody else is. We're going to find out who Bobby Webster is and all that stuff. But that's a tough blow for the Raptors. And I hope this doesn't mean we trade Scotty Barnes for a bucket of extra crispy.
Well,
when you say that, do you think Masai's the one that's been holding on to Scotty? Like he's the one that
Masai loves him. Masai loves him. I think Bobby Webster loves him too. But yeah, like I'd be surprised. But if the ownership has changed, I own stock in this freaking company that owns the Raptors, the Rogers. They're a terrible company. Their stock's down terribly. They're very they're cutting costs. Masai's very expensive. He's gonna get like crazy money to go and be president somewhere else or something. So, we'll see. He's gonna land on his feet. I'm not worried about him at all. He's done a great job. But if they're cutting costs, they're cutting salary. What does that mean? You make these cost saving moves. If they get sold, what does that mean? Every time there's new ownership change, like it's terrible for the team. We saw it with the Phoenix Suns. We saw it with the Sacramento Kings. We saw it with the Brooklyn Nets. These new owners, they come in, they think they know everything. They want to make a big splash. Boom, 6 first-round picks, Kevin Durant. So I don't know. It was a good thing, but shit, championship.
Yeah, I missed the Maloofs, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Masai Ujiri left Denver, didn't get signed again for a very petty reason, and then now he's out of Toronto Raptors. We'll see where he ends up next. But y'all, this is a great show today. We had the PC Awards. I think everyone rightfully won some awards today. Some did not win the awards that we all thought that they would win. But either way, I'm very, very thankful to be here with my team every single day. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. We'll be back here on Monday. Player's Choice every single day. The regulars will be here, and we're going to have a great show and great off-season content coming your way. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know what time it is. See you.
Merry Christmas.